Salutations. Hi there. It's the Bob and Tom Show. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick.
Josh Arnold is here. There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
Special guest this morning, Henry Phillips, the Hankster. Nobody calls him that. We'll talk with him later today. My favorite Henry Phillips story. Henry, Drew Hastings, and I roll up to Wendy's. We're on the road with the comedy tour. It's like, I don't know, 10:45 Central Time, somewhere in Oklahoma. And Henry's in the back seat. I'm driving. Drew's in the passenger seat. And Henry leans up, and the lady goes, "Can I take your order?" And Henry goes, "Yeah. Do you guys have a liquor license?" So, of course, Wendy's did not have a liquor license. And then she said no, and he goes, "Oh, I'll just have a Frosty then." So there you go.
Okay.
There's Henry.
We'll look forward to seeing Henry.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him in a long time. He's got a lot going on in the world of broadcasting, shall we say, and other media forums. We'll find out about all that stuff coming up. Christy Lee is back from her brief vacation. Looking good. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was a great time. Always fun in Charleston. A little hot.
It was a little hot everywhere.
Yeah, it was a little hot.
I think.
What did you do, Christy? Tell us everything. I mean, good morning.
That seemed insincere.
Did you shop? Charleston, good shopping city.
I'm not going to bore you with my weekend.
No.
I went down to spend it with my family, with my niece and her kids. So I was
So not a
With your family?
Yeah.
What the hell did you do that for? You got your health.
I had an 8 and a 6-year-old spend the night with me at the hotel. I highly recommend that if you don't want to sleep.
Can I make a guess? Their number one activity? Jumping on the bed.
Watching Disney Plus.
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Jumping
the
on the
hotel
jet.
breakfast. Kids love the hotel breakfast. Where you make the waffles.
Yep.
Oh, I thought of you, Pat.
Yep.
They didn't have an indoor pool because, of course, it's a hotel pool that it's in Charleston. It's hot all the time.
Yeah.
So we had an outdoor pool.
They loved it, right?
Oh, God.
jumping on the bed's great.
Sure.
Jumping on the bed's the best.
Yeah, I certainly love that.
You know who got in trouble for jumping on the bed? The monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Now, did you when you were a little kid? Did you go on many vacations where you were in a hotel?
I told you about this. No, I dreamed of staying in a hotel with my family. No.
You never did, really?
Okay, we stayed one time. Cincinnati used to have an amusement park called Coney Island before Kings Island. And Coney was closing so they could make Kings Island. And we stayed in Lebanon, Ohio, at a, and I think it is still there because I mentioned this before in the air and somebody told me it is still there. It's called the Golden Lamb Hotel.
Oh.
And we famously stayed there one night with my mom and dad and my mom's mom and dad.
In one room?
Ooh.
No. We got,
Jeez, Tom.
yes, my grandfather held me. We spooned.
That's
Having a good time over there.
Right,
Yeah, that was the only time I stayed in a hotel as a kid. Only time.
Yeah, we didn't stay in one
When
very
we went
often.
on vacation, we go to neighboring towns in Ohio and do our laundry at different laundromats. That's a true story. That's a nice memory for me as a kid.
Okay, I'm not going to ruin it.
When we were kids, we stayed with family. We'd go see my grandmother in Pennsylvania, my
you
grandmother
bunk up.
in California. Yeah. We
Yeah.
never stayed in a hotel. We always stayed there.
Yeah, that's why now when I travel, I will always stay in a hotel, no matter what.
I would like to shout out to the Hyman Seafood Restaurant.
Hey, Hyman's.
Took the family there. We
Hey
had
there.
a
Hi there. Ho there.
wonderful time.
Did you ask about their famous waiter,
Their famous waiter, Dusty
Dusty?
Slay.
Yeah,
No, I didn't. We,
he used to be a waiter there.
I know, Mr. Tobias. Most of the Tobiases were on a fishing trip, unfortunately, so we didn't get to meet them. But
So Hyman's his first name?
Tobias Hyman.
Tobias Hyman. Oh.
The bias Hyman.
But that sounds like an illness. Well, I'm afraid you've
please
got.
don't. They gave me a wonderful
I'm
meal.
afraid you've got a bad case of Tobias Hyman. That's never going to come out.
So the owners were on a fishing trip. Did you happen to notice that certain things weren't available on the menu?
Like the walleye.
Walleye should be here by tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Can you wait?
No, it was a wonderful meal. They were very good. So thank you to the Hyman family.
Okay, we have
Hi-ho, Hyman.
a lot to get to.
Nobody likes it.
Now, we'll start with hockey.
Hockey.
because we were discussing the Stanley Cup and
Hockey?
Oh,
we were discussing the famous Stanley Cup.
No, that's not the way you say it. Say it right.
I give up.
Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup. Oh, Stanley. Give me that cup. Sorry.
Okay.
And technically, it's Lord Stanley's Cup.
Oh, it is.
Well, I say, Lord Stanley, give me that cup. Dr. Livingston, I presume. Wait a minute. Now, dear Bob and Tom show, I heard you the other day talking about what may or may not have found its way into the Stanley Cup. Now, we had a news story that the cup was, again, what was it, dropped and chipped or something.
Right.
And when your team wins the Stanley Cup, unlike most other awards of that sort, each player gets to hang out with it for a period of time. They do all kinds of stuff with it. Chick suggested that someone had probably pooped in it at some point,
I might have said that.
and you quote nerds shot him down. Well, Chick was right.
come on.
Back in the 90s, one of the Red Wings players placed his infant daughter in the cup for a photo op.
Oh, yeah, we did talk about that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that counts.
I think I do remember talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
She did christen it, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's way different
Yeah.
yeah, because it would be disrespectful for an adult to.
Yes.
I still say that has to be one incredible frat and frat brother if he could do that on command.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
process.
Well, ask Pat about Big Red sometime.
Yeah,
I know,
Sumter, Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
our
a
Army
true
base.
That's a true story.
Oh, yeah.
Honest to gosh.
Yeah.
On Jimmy.
Yeah, on Jimmy. May I die in a plane crash?
There's no reason for you to have
That's
to do
what
all
I
that.
say.
No, I know.
Apparently there is.
Don't ever say that.
Let me step in here.
This is the fun part of the show.
I was being challenged on the story.
Well, it's a fantastic story.
Well,
You can't
yeah, well,
blame me.
Me and Michael Jackson were doing a duo again.
Okay. All right. I don't have a problem with that part.
This Hello Bob and Tom show writes Rebecca, what food or dessert would you love to have again? Perhaps something that had been, I see, prepared by a deceased relative with our special recipe.
Oh.
That's a fair question.
That's a tough question.
I know I'd want my mother's angel food cake. Just delightful.
I got nothing.
My grandma Starkey made a chocolate bread pudding that was wonderful. So I would like to have that again.
Oh, Christy?
Boy, and we weren't known for the culinary skills. And
Yeah, you inherited that too, huh?
We're going to have a family over for dinner. How many down?
we always joked because my grandmother was infamous for, like one time she cut up a spatula, got torn up by the mixer, She just left it in the cake batter. She was that kind of cook.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Patty G, something special in the...
My grandma, she made highballs. They played cards. That's all I really remember.
Cigarettes,
That's a lot of
highballs, and
good
cards.
food.
Yeah, my
My grandma had special iced tea. I understand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, Rebecca meant well. I think it's a fair question. I'll get one more quick one. What movie, TV series, or book would you like to erase from your memory so you could experience it all over again? That's a great question. There's so many. If you could take a pill and see something for the first time. So that would be, Josh, do you have a favorite movie? Yeah. We'll give it some thought. When we come back, we'll touch on that. We have a lot of other interesting things happening today that we will try to get to everything if we can. That would include, of course, a discussion of things in the world of sports. We have a couple good world records, some unusual crime happening out there, and an important study about why things smell bad and how that affects the human olfactory system. Right now, this portion of the Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by the Silac Insurance Company. As most of you know, the stock market's been up or down, up, down, 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 up, up. Very confusing. And if you've got your retirement funds in there, it can be kind of scary. That's why the Silac Insurance Company has put together things they call annuities. This is a way to counter the volatility of the market, and you will have your money protected. So find out about it. Don't stress about retirement and stress about your money running out. With an annuity, that can't happen. In fact, you can't outlive your money. See what a Silac annuity can do for you. Some restrictions apply. Learn more at silacins.com. There's another easy way to get that information, by the way. You just hit pound 250. like you're calling pound 250, then you say out loud lifetime income. That's pound 250, say lifetime income out loud. Annuities designed to protect your retirement because you're probably not going to keep getting that paycheck when you retire down the road. So you'll sleep a little better knowing that you got things all planned out. Get all the details. Some restrictions apply. See what I'm talking about. Once again, pound 250, say out loud lifetime income. An annuity from the Silac Insurance Company. Plan on it. Live on it. Coming up, comedian Henry Phillips will be joining us. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
People, here's what people don't understand
go
about
on.
the Bob and Tom Show. I get to be the official greeter of our guests.
Great.
And I believe
Right.
we do have a guest waiting in the green room.
Sure.
And I would like to greet officially our guest,
Well, that's Jim Gaffigan.
Hi, how are
Jim
you, Christy
Gaffigan.
Lee?
How are you?
I'm good.
It's so nice
It is
to
great to
see
be
you.
here.
Not set up or anything.
You know
Wow, are you
that-
on you got your own reality show?
I do. It's called Nobody Really Cares What Christy Lee Does Behind the Scenes, but we're going to show it to him anyway. Thank you, Jim. It's so good to see you.
Okay, let's move. Let's show people what you eat back here, Christy.
Oh, well, my favorite thing is right over here. This is called chocolate-covered raisins, or I call Nirvana.
Sure. Have a.
And you know what's great is the way that's set up is
Yeah.
like there's tons of hands going in there.
Yes.
And so hands are usually covered with feces. So
He's absolutely right.
So now you're going to ruin my favorite
Enjoy.
snack in the green
the
room?
treat.
Well,
What,
but
there
then
used to be soup here in the morning. What happened to the soup? There used to be different things.
He
Or does it
retired.
come at like 9 or
He
something?
retired, so now we have to eat things that look like feces. So that's it.
Or is it kind of...
Now, what kind of vacations do you get? And since you travel so much, Jim, I would imagine that
A vacation
would be staying home.
Yes.
I know last summer you had your
went camping.
semi-disastrous camping experience.
It's my wife. I married this woman who loves to camp, and I'm indoorsy.
Yeah,
you
I was
know.
gonna say.
She always brings up camping's a tradition in my family. I'm like, hey, it was a tradition in everyone's family till we came up with the house.
Yeah.
My parents never took me camping. You know why? Because they loved me. You know? If it's so great outside, why are all the bugs trying to get in my house?
How true.
Boy, I'm with you on that.
Happy camper. Has anyone ever really been a happy camper? Because whenever we use that term, we're being sarcastic.
Yeah.
He is not a happy camper. Well, why don't we just call him a camper? He's miserable. You know who's a happy camper? The guy leaving the campsite. He's the happiest camper. He gets to take a shower.
Yeah.
The camping thing.
Camping.
Are you a shower man versus a bathtub man?
I'm a neither. I'd rather do nothing.
Yeah. Just lay in bed.
The shower, yeah, definitely. The bath thing, that seems like a lot of work.
It does.
That just seems, I don't know.
You have to wait.
Yeah, it's just you gotta figure out. You gotta stand up. Mm-hmm. It's like once I'm standing, I don't want to have to, sit down and then stand again. I'm that lazy. And chick's like,
Brilliant. You are talking my language. I never thought of that before.
and when you stand up out of a bath, don't you have all the suds on you too?
Yeah.
You're sitting in all that.
Then you got to go take a shower to clean
Yeah.
out.
Then you have to
Then you
rinse
gotta
off.
take a shower. I don't understand it.
And they're slippery. Old people get themselves broken hips all the time in them.
Yeah.
I hate bathtub showers more than anything.
Relaxing.
No,
Yeah.
they're not.
Yes, they are.
Well, I'm not for me.
Mary and I primarily do physics experiments involving flatulence.
Yeah.
Basic stuff.
Oh, yeah. It really does bubble. How about that?
Hold a match to the surface of the water, that sort of thing.
I would have never thought of that.
I've not thought of that either.
This is the first show
Now
in a
you're
long
gonna
time.
wanna take a bath?
I
I'm
I'm going to have to take a bath to see if it works
I
now.
have to take notes.
Oh,
You
it's
guys
big-
don't
it's
take
big
baths
fun.
with your significant
remember,
others?
Well, sure. I mean, I've done that.
Not if you want them to stay your significant others. Honey, let's take a bath. Why don't you do that? I got check out Sports Center.
You know what Christy wants? She wants a bubble bath.
And some sodomy.
That's exactly right.
No.
See, we have to
You have to
explain.
be very careful what we say and it's taken out of context.
Family-friendly show.
That doesn't work. See, people don't realize that Christy didn't actually say that. Chick
And
has
some sodomy.
Well, who is that then?
no, but I mean, she said it in a different
We were
context.
talking about something totally different.
I mean, you have it on tape.
Isolated, just-
You just keep playing it, right?
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking. Do you see me moving?
Christy, what do you
And
want
some
for
sodomy.
Christmas?
Well,
now, Jim, now you're
I
playing.
want some nice.
No, don't play
Christy
the
wants some
game.
perfume.
And some sodomy.
Okay. Wow. Do I have to come over there? I'm not feeling well.
All right, that won't be on the TV show.
Come on, baby. Everyone's doing it.
But I've never done it before.
Your brother tried it and he loved it.
Brother, what?
Okay, I'm gonna turn it on. Ooh, I hope there's batteries in it.
Batteries?
The Bob and Tom Show, mornings on 95.7 QMF, Louisville's classic rock station.
We should wake up with Bob and Tom every morning.
Well, that sounds good to me. No problem here.
Get up and get it on.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
Ace Cosby's here. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. I'm Chick. Hello, Tom.
Hello, Chick McGee. It's good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, my friend.
We have a lot of mail here.
I got a lot of mail over here.
Oh, okay. Who's going first?
I'll go first because this one seems to set the tone for this morning. This is from Brad. Hello, Bob and Tom Show. Can you tell I'm stoned? Followed by, anybody ever read this stuff?
I love it.
That's Brad.
Hi, Brad.
Thank you, Brad. We cannot tell you're stoned, and obviously I'm reading it. So, thanks, buddy.
We're talking nicknames.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of good nicknames. I know Jess Hooker mentioned that there was a guy at her school that was allergic to denim, so they called him Gene. A little while back, says Mike, you were discussing nicknames. I once knew a guy who was hit by a car as he was crossing the street leaving work. Nothing too serious, no broken bones, no serious injuries. He was taken to the hospital for quick observation. And once we learned that he was okay, he was from that point forward affectionately known as Speed Bump. Here comes old Speed
There's old Speed Bump.
Well, we were talking about walking the Appalachian Trail and how you get a nickname.
Right.
I've received a whole bunch of letters from people saying you don't give yourself the nickname.
Oh, I would hope not.
Oh, gosh, no. That never works.
It's very important that someone give you the nickname.
Sure.
And apparently many of them are vulgar, if you will. I'll have to dig up those letters if we can get back on that
This is interesting
topic.
because one of the sports stories this morning, Major League Baseball, there's a catcher for the Seattle Mariners. He hit his 32nd home run yesterday. The Mariners beat the Twins 11-2, but he has a unique nickname. He is called the Big Dumper.
Wow, I wonder what that's about.
Here comes old Big Dumper.
Boy, that is...
He was given this nickname by a teammate because I would guess most people would take a shot at he leaves
right
a larger than movement, but it's actually about the size of his backside. He has a very large behind. There he is, right there.
He does, yeah.
That's Cal Raleigh.
Gotcha.
He's the Big Dumper for
it's
the
not
Mariners.
quite Kirby Puckett, but it's larger than the average MLB ass.
Larger than mine, certainly.
But wouldn't you say baseball players have the largest asses in sports?
I don't know that I would say that. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
You know, that's where all your power comes from. That's where all your right there in your hocks.
Huh. Their pants certainly show them off maybe the best.
Oh, that could be. I guess hockey you don't really get to see.
Football isn't bad.
Linemen.
Football butts are nice.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That guy's got a nice butt.
Really?
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, I would think that would be considered a nice butt.
Yeah.
And no one in this room. Ace has a substantial butt. The rest of us are pretty much flat in that area.
Yeah.
If not negative, if it's possible.
Almost concave.
This is a complicated letter, but well worth your attention here. This comes to us from Alan in Ohio.
Hello, Alan.
He says, hey, whoever reads this on the Bob and Tom show. Last year, I told Josh to shove a bottle of Italian dressing up his rear for saying marinating chicken is for those who can't cook.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
This discussion.
Yes.
Chick and I were discussing a simple way to make a delightful grilled chicken is to marinate it overnight in a bottle of Wishbone Italian dressing.
Tom,
Very
it's a
simple.
mean hunk of chicken, man. I still remember that in that old house in the woods. You made that chicken. for us.
Then later on, Mr. Tom Griswold slandered the Cincinnati Bengals fight song, and I requested that same bottle of Italian dressing be shoved up his. Now, can someone retrieve the bottle and shove it up Chick's behind?
Uh-oh, what happened?
For slandering the name of America's treasure, Dolly Parton.
Oh, I know. I know I'm in the minority on this. I just don't. I do not get it.
You don't get Dolly Parton?
I think she's a wonderful personality, but as far as audio recordings, they should be banned, or at the very least, put in 5-gallon drums and buried in the desert.
You just don't like her voice.
I don't at all. No.
She's a great
Now,
songwriter.
If you slow her vocals down, it's badass. Sounds a little bit like Tracy Chapman, actually.
Yeah, we've done that.
Here's the mentioned Bengal fight song, by the way.
Sounds like he's farting.
Oh.
This is Whitey White and the Caucasians singing this song.
It's Cincinnati.
No, it's not.
It's the Cincinnati German trumpet tuba band or something. Hey! And knowing Paul Brown, he probably got this made for 12 cents.
And he probably owns the publishing rights.
Oh, yeah. He threw dimes around like manhole covers. That's Paul Brown.
This is to Christy. You're going to have to help me with this. My grandmother worked at Roslyn Bakery back when they did their baking in-house.
Yep.
For my birthday every year, she would make me a quote-unquote blackout cake.
Oh, yeah. Rosalind's Bakery was known for that.
The blackout cake was amazing.
Yeah.
What is in a blackout cake?
It's like a super-duper crazy chocolate cake.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a local bakery here. Wonderful.
I remember they had some trouble there at the end with some health department. They no longer exist. And they had a guy talking to a guy on the news about what he thought about the products that were coming out of Roslyn due to the controversy around the health department. And the gentleman says, I don't care. Them cookies is good.
Who cares if there's a little rat in them?
That's right.
The bakery itself is gone, but you can still buy the products at local grocery
Do they have the blackout cake still?
I don't know.
I haven't seen it in a while. I thought I saw
They had
it
an
at Kroger's.
alligator coffee cake that was really good.
We may have to get Amy on this one. Cakes are a specialty, so
Okay.
perhaps we can get the recipe. Thank you very much. Once again, we had this letter from Rebecca. She wanted to know what dessert we'd love to have again. Also, she wanted to know if there was a TV series or a book you'd like to erase from your memory so you can experience it all over again. For me, there are so many. Especially a movie I'd love to see all over. I'd love to see the movie Sideways again and not know anything about it. I just love that movie. Anything come to mind for you, Josh? You're the biggest movie buff in here.
The first Halloween again and just be terrified beyond belief.
I've never seen any of them. Maybe I should go see it then.
No. I don't think it's for you. I don't think you'd like it.
Well, we have a story that I picked out just for you today, Josh.
Oh.
And kind of in the world of horror movies, sort of. Wait till you hear this one.
My dad's mom, my grandmother Ruth, she was known for her biscuits. It's not a dessert, but she made biscuits from scratch every single day.
Every day?
Every day in a cast iron skillet. And I would love to be able to do that.
I couldn't agree more. If you're just joining us, we are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Pat Godwin's across the way, getting some songs ready for us today. And also, speaking of songs, comedian and singer and songwriter Henry Phillips will be joining us. Is Henry going to do some music for us?
Yeah. Okay. Use one of my guitars.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, Josh, you may get this. I didn't get it at first. I had to do a little homework. This comes to us from Lodi, California.
Oh, yeah.
Are they stuck there?
Dennis lives there.
Yeah.
He goes, I realized today that I can go full RPG and watch the Bob and Tom Show on YouTube. Anybody know?
Role-playing game?
Yes. Very good, Josh. I didn't know what that meant. Go full RPG, going deep into a character. While listening to our show and playing some video games. Snow Runner on Xbox and other platforms, a game you pretty much drive big trucks around and drop off assorted goods all over the map. So you can drive a truck and not really be driving a truck and yet be enjoying our show. Yesterday we had a complaint. I did, and Chick did, on Sunday's Wordle. The answer, the answer was thrum.
Never heard it. Never heard of it before.
Thrum?
I'd never heard thrum either.
Kind of vibrate, hum, low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a jeweler, Mark, writing, I've been a jeweler for 40 years. Thrumming is when you take an abrasive string and work it back and forth to polish hard-to-reach areas of a piece of jewelry.
In that world, that's,
one aspect of thrumming.
Yeah.
Never heard of it before, but I got it anyway. Through a process of elimination. He says, sort of like when Tom has his shoes polished at the airport. Mark in Portland, Oregon. Thank you very much. We've learned a little bit about thrumming. Glad to be here. Anything else over there, Chick McGee?
Dear Chick, didn't you say your mom saw Charlie Pride for the first time on Hee Haw? Yes, that happened to me when I was a kid. That caused quite a problem in my home. And this guy, Ricky, said, I just saw that same episode. It's up on YouTube. It is the very first show of Hee Haw in 1969, he says.
Oh, really?
I don't know if I can verify that or not. There you go.
And your mother was?
My mother loved Charlie Pride until Charlie appeared on television.
That is unfortunate.
Let's just leave it at that.
And R.I.P. to the great Gaylord Sartain.
Gaylord, yeah, he was on Hee Haw forever.
Yeah. An awesome actor. He was in all those Ernest movies. And,
I know you're.
He was a good, kind of a fun comedic character actor.
Oh.
Gaylord Sartain.
What a name.
Yeah.
If we're doing the obituaries.
Somebody die?
This is a sad one. The great guitarist, terrific songwriter, Mick Ralphs. You would immediately recognize some of the songs he wrote for Bad Company. And he was in Mott the Hoople and then Bad Company. He co-wrote some of those Bad Company classics. You remember?
He also owned a chain of grocery stores in
Ralph's, yeah.
South California.
But sadly, Mick Ralphs died at the age of 81 a couple days ago. He had been bedridden since 2016.
Yikes.
Yeah, he had a very bad stroke.
Who was it? Mick Ralphs, Andy Fraser, Simon Kirk, and Paul Rogers.
In the band.
Bad Company. I think.
Wait a minute. No. Free was Paul
they crossed
Kossoff.
over a lot. Yeah. Paul Kossoff.
He's considered by some to be the greatest guitar player in the history of classic rock.
Huh.
Okay.
But just only obviously had a short career because he's also deceased. But yeah, Paul Rogers from Bad Company said, "Our Mick passed, my heart just hit the ground." He has left us with exceptional songs. He wrote "Ready for Love," revamped and done by Bad Company. Just "Feel Like Making Love," a whole bunch of terrific songs.
He also left some very dirty sheets.
He's been in the bed since 2016.
Yeah. You got to get out once a week.
You got to get out of bed.
So sorry.
Yeah, you got to watch that.
We're just waiting to die at that point, right?
And if I'm not mistaken, it doesn't say anything here. I believe that Bad Company is being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah.
They're in good company.
They are.
They will be.
Yes, Bad Company finally in good company.
They will be in good company.
One of the... Boy, how many bands out there have a song named after them?
Eponymous, is that the word?
Yes. Yeah, the eponymous song.
Oh, we had this argument recently. It
wasn't an argument.
In a big country.
It's close.
It is close. You're right.
What is the song is just, what is it, big country?
In a big country is the song.
Well, bad company is the bad company.
Yeah.
That counts. Big countries in a big country, that shouldn't count.
Doesn't count.
And Wang Chung doesn't quite count.
No.
Right,
Everybody wasn't
Everybody Wang Chung tonight.
I don't think there's another example, is there?
Iron Maiden.
Oh, yeah?
They have a song called Iron Maiden.
There's no other song.
We're talking about music, right?
Yeah, music.
Oh, lastly,
Something you
I
wanna
guess
listen to.
the obituary column, sad news. This guy was a really great man, Frederick Wallace Smith.
Oh, yeah, FWS, yeah.
He founded
Damn right he did.
FedEx.
Sure did.
He did?
This is you can't do it. You can't do an obituary with any solemnity when you have a defense.
He almost called it.
This is a comedy.
He almost called it FredEx.
Why he didn't?
Now that's what his gravestone will say.
Yeah,
the FredEx, the former breathing in. No, this guy was He was a war hero, but he essentially invented the whole business of
behind the scenes story is he's the guy in that company. They sort of started the dominoes to fall to get rid of Dan Snyder in Washington. They started taking away advertising dollars.
Then you got to love the guy.
Change the name. I got to.
But yeah, he created Federal Express.
Wow.
And then I just heard that his family dumped his body at the door of a funeral home, rang the bell, and drove off.
No.
They're kind of in a hurry.
Where's that solemnity?
There's the tone that you were trying to adjust.
Don't forget to read me the riot act when I do it. Okay? Yeah. All right. Good for the goose is good for the gander.
You forget how young those companies are, relatively speaking.
Sure.
You know, there's an arrow in the FedEx logo. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you guys hear this rumor? And this isn't a joke, that the owner, couldn't make payroll, and he went to Vegas and took all the money he had and put it on black or red, won, and came back and made payroll. Yeah, that's a rumor about how the company kept going.
Wow.
Not a joke.
Not a joke.
That's a great. That would be awesome if that's.
And they used to. Remember the days of the absolutely positively?
Yeah.
It used to be possible to do it guaranteed overnight pretty much anywhere. The guy revolutionized contemporary trade in many ways.
Didn't they strand Tom Hanks on a desert island, though?
They did make some mistakes.
I mean, think about that.
Well,
He almost died on that desert island.
That wasn't his fault.
And what if there'd been a satellite phone in the box that he didn't open? What about that?
Many a dinner conversation after seeing that.
Hi, welcome to Boring Conversations #1.
Did you notice he came to a literal crossroads?
Crossroads. And that girl came by.
That was a new beginning, that woman.
Yeah.
So you could have taken a left turn.
Author!
Plebeians discussing cinema.
They have that show on NPR. I was listening the other day. This portion,
a big thing out of nothing.
This portion of the Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by
Raycon's Everyday Earbuds, and they have been upgraded as if they couldn't get any better. Well, they are premium audio. That goes where you go. Raycon's latest model, better than ever, 32-hour battery life, multi-point connectivity. You pair two devices at once, and Raycon's quick charge function, 10 minutes of charging, 90 minutes of battery. They also come with active noise cancellation, and Raycons start about half the price of other premium audio brands. And Raycon's available in vibrant colors like deep red, cool mint, forest green, blush, violet, royal blue, and Raycon has a 30-day happiness guarantee return policy. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom to get 15% off Raycon's best-selling everyday earbuds. Right now, Raycon, 15% off their best-selling everyday earbuds, only, though, at buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Coming up, two almost near-death nicknames have just been sent to me. Oh, they're very, very good.
Speaking of near-death, Tom Hanks didn't almost make it. And he wasn't just a castaway. He was cast
away by his wife.
What's the name of the show again?
Plebeians watching cinema.
This is
Didn't
great.
you get the feeling that Wilson was his child? Didn't you get that feeling?
He really felt something for that Valentine.
He really
Ready
felt
to hear
something.
my thoughts about Shawshank? Flawed.
Save it for next week.
We'll be back.
We are broadcasting from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show. You live in New York now.
I live in New York now.
You like the city? Are you in Manhattan, Brooklyn? Where are you?
I was in Harlem for a very long time, and I've been on the Lower East Side for like 4 years now. So I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people talk crap about New York around the country. Sometimes we're kind of like I was in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I was in this taxi, and he asked me where I was from. I said New York. And I mean, he gasped so loud it almost startled the horse. And he was like, I hear New York is filled with crime. And I was like, I've heard about Chattanooga. Nothing. When my agent said I had a gig in Chattanooga, I Googled what country is Chattanooga in, and then I fired my agent.
And you're also an actor. We didn't really talk much about that, but
I know no one's talking about it these days.
you said you just did something. I didn't. What was it again?
Well, I had an audition many years ago for Game of Thrones, and I remember I walked in the room. I was ready to go. And the director said to me, first, we need to see you in your underwear. Which is not what I was expecting, so I put my underwear back on. I've been an actor, I mean, longer than I've been a comedian. I've shared the stage with some people who have gone on to become huge real estate agents. I had one small part in Law and Order. I played Ice-T's waiter. Oh. And to prepare for the role, I actually became a waiter for 12 years.
You're a method.
Yeah, very method. I'm the Daniel Day-Lewis of Applebee's.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. This actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
Brett Michaels is our guest, and can we talk music for just a second?
Sure.
You got a lot of TV stuff going on, of course, but this all started for you as a musician.
Right.
And now let's go way back. Very first band that actually had a gig that you were in.
That was Laser. And let me explain the ridiculousness of the comedy of errors that is my life. We decided we wanted the AC/DC Lightning Bolt / Kiss Z. It was like an S. So we were Laser, Lazer. Right. Then we had no money for a backdrop like Kiss had, right? So we decided we took one of the old school, I'm going way back, old school bed sheets. You remember they used to make those 3D looking bedspreads that have like a tiger so we had the band Laser with a tiger backdrop. That was our backdrop. And then we went to Chess King, where we bought.
Love it.
Yes.
Chess King. Are they even still around anymore?
No, wait. I'm going back a few years.
I know you are.
I got our members only jackets, and we stopped into Chess King at the Capital City Mall, and they only had 3 of the 4 aluminum foil looking members only chromish jackets, and 3 of the 4 members had to walk around with it, and the other member, the drummer, was left out, and then we would change off the jackets. And we had our first gig in Marlon, or my friend Marlon Eon's basement, charged 25 cents, and about 6 of the neighborhood kids came down, and we played a couple Kiss songs, and then what we didn't know, we just put the record on. and played along. We played along. Like, we don't know all of this song. We know the beginning of Rock and Roll All Night, and we referenced the album after that.
Look at that.
Great.
Laser.
And may I ask what particular hair configuration was happening for you at that point?
It was, again, a combination of awful. We hadn't gotten that far.
A combination of awful and what?
We hadn't gotten
the other part.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good. I know that a little bit.
Uh-oh, we have a phone call.
Hold on. Bob and Tom show.
Hey, man, it's Donnie.
Hey, Donnie.
Hang on 1 second, Donnie. We got a special guest in the studio.
Hey, is Brett there?
He's here.
He's
here.
here, yeah.
Hey, Donnie.
Thought you would aim poison, just like Journey with that Puerto Rican from Mexico. I'll say it right to Neil Short.
That's right.
Christy, could you make it any more obvious?
What?
We was just talking at work making fun of you.
What?
What are you talking about?
Is that Hurricane Earl in your panties? Or you just happy to see him today?
Thanks, Donnie.
All right, thanks, Donnie. Oh, yeah.
Thanks very much.
I did a show at this dance club. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me. I don't like to dance. The lady running the show, she was like, why don't you shake what your mama gave you? I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to shake scoliosis and a low self-esteem, but there were black lights everywhere in that venue, on stage and backstage where I'm standing. And I was just doing the normal pre-show check, and I had a stain on my pants right here. I know, I felt the same way. What had happened was, you know when you put your pants in the washer and you dump the soap in, it all landed right here, and that shows up under a black light. I didn't know that, and neither did anybody else. Because I was on stage and everybody was like, oh man, that is a lot. It was a capful, it was a lot. That's 2 loads, so. If you think that's a dirty joke, it's because you're a dirty person. It's a laundry joke, it's a clean joke, so.
Special offer, Christy Lee's Footprints.
Or hand,
available.
whichever.
Okay. Offer void in Indiana. Thank you very much, Indy Decorative Concrete.
Hey, we're back at the Bob and Tom Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need. Jiffy Quick Fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Josh Arnold, Christy Lee, Pat Godwin, Ace Cosby. I'm Chick McGee. Hello, Tom.
We had some letters about nicknames. I got a couple more of them. The one that you read, Josh, some guy was...
hit by a car, but not injured. He was okay, ended up being all right. And his buddies then called him Speed Bump.
And remember yesterday we had a nickname about a guy who dated a woman with a wooden leg, and they called him Splinter.
Here you go. This guy writes, Dear Josh, I thought you were reading my letter. My name is Mike.
Hi, Mike.
I will leave my friend's name out of this. He was crossing the road to go to the bank and was hit by a car. He was fine, earned the nickname Roadkill. This one...
by the way, the Speed Bump letter, written by a guy named Mike.
Oh.
How weird. Mike's, if you're a friend of Mike, careful today.
Yeah, don't walk out in front of a car.
We had a guy in my grade school class who had 6 toes on 1 foot.
Really?
It might have been forgotten, but his last name was Rose, and of course he became 6 Toes Rose. which this is great. Eventually morphed into 6 Toe. Sixto. What a
Sixto kid, he
was a friend of mine. Wah, 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 wah. Oh,
great song.
a great band.
Great song,
Great band.
Change in the middle. Ba-da,
Oh, there you go.
ba-da.
Sixto kid.
Sixto. Hey, Sixto.
Sixto Rose is a baseball player name.
Sixto
That's
Rose.
amazing.
Yeah, if you've got any great nicknames, by all means, send them to us. It's always fun. We'd love to hear from you.
This is from Ron for Tom. Hey, Tom. Let me tell you how radio works. Quote, we're about to return, and we'll do that when we come back.
Oh, yeah, that was a famous quote from Tom yesterday. Instantly famous quote.
I believe I know how radio works, Tom. He's got a problem with
And
you.
we're about to return, and we'll do that when we come back.
I love that.
I would like to say that was deliberate, but it wasn't.
I find it cute. Tom likes the article on hurricane names. I live in southwest Louisiana and have experienced many, many hurricanes. I could care less what they're named. It could be bunny rabbit. I will look at strength and forecast to determine my reaction. Possibly the name could affect the actions of people who have moved there, but not veterans. That's from Daniel.
Yeah, no, this isn't a matter of opinion. It's a matter of scientists have said.
It is not.
It is so.
It's an article that was written
by scientists who say that
it's a theory. It's not been proven.
Wasn't it written by a lady with some feminist grudge?
Yes.
I thought it was so clear.
I don't know why they don't name them powerful
Okay,
hurricanes
now
after
it was written by Dr. Eliza Clunt, and she is.
Oh, Dr. Clunt.
I know, Liz, and I will not have you badmouth.
I so missed you guys.
You
One day.
can't call her Liz anymore.
I read everything Dr. Clunt puts out. You get the Clunt letter?
Her name is no Larry.
We
were talking about the FedEx owner that passed away before.
Yes.
And I said that he went to Vegas to do payroll.
Yeah, right.
True, but he played blackjack. He took $5,000, came back with $27.5K.
Oh, boy, that's
to make
amazing.
payroll.
Whoa.
Hey, and by the way, take note, small business owners, that doesn't always work.
Yes, we'll be getting a letter from a guy whose nickname is Broke. But that guy was a real hero, though, that started FedEx. He was, had served, I think he served 2 tours of duty, in Nam with the Marines. So.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But, he thought of the whole thing when he was in college.
Man.
Got the idea, so good for him. We have, do we have more letters, or are we going to segue into the world of sports?
Dear Chick, you were talking about your dream of the sitcom yesterday, Monkey Butler. We've been talking about that for years. If we could, he's right. This guy, his name's Scorpion.
Yeah.
There's a Netflix series called The Umbrella Effect. That's right. And there is the gentleman in charge is a monkey, and he's the scientist behind these various superhero kids that he takes in. And
oh, no way.
Some sort of, he talks and helps raise the kids. It's a weird series, but you should at least check it out. And he is a full-on monkey. And
Nice.
he wears suits and wears glasses. But he's not a monkey butler. But never mind. Tom won't back it. He thinks it's not going to do very well.
The Monkey Butler?
The Monkey Butler.
I think it'd be funny. Does the monkey wear a tux?
The monkey could wear like a butler outfit.
Butler suit.
Are we talking like a traditional 3-camera sitcom shoot?
Yes.
I'll invest.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Can I ask the other sharks what they think? No.
This one's kind of complicated. This involves a little bit of history. It's Dear Bob and Tom show. This past weekend, I wanted to show my wife the video of Josh when he was a guest on the Bob and Tom show years ago. I typed Josh Arnold's name, and the Google automatically filled out the searches. One of the searches was Josh Arnold's net worth. So I clicked on it.
Oh, you're a curious person, sure.
It said, quote, Josh has a net worth of $12 billion.
Yes.
So that brings me to 2 questions. Is Josh's mom really rich? Or did Josh inherit more than a banjo when his father died?
Well,
that information is out there, my net worth, but how I got it is not, and that's how I'd like to keep it.
I see.
It's very, very private how you got it.
Yes, yeah. Let's just say none of it is on the up and up.
Now, what this is really is a request for this very short moment from the show, which I will play for you now.
I am legitimately now the owner of a banjo.
Is that right?
Yeah, I need to get it in here and see if...
How did that happen?
My dad died.
Oh!
That is Jess Hooker's laugh is what really sells that. An innocent conversation, and Josh mentions that his father, when his father died, he left Josh a banjo.
Yes.
And just listen again to the joyfulness that.
I am legitimately now the owner of a banjo.
Is that right?
Yeah, I need to get it in here and see if...
How did that happen?
My dad died.
Oh!
Thanks. There we go.
Oh!
Yeah, sometimes you just don't want to ask.
You know what? He didn't technically leave it to me. I just took it.
There you go.
What if I went against it? Like, what if he really wanted Joe or John or Jeff, one of my brothers, to have it?
Ooh.
Well.
And you say it's unplayable?
There's something, it's a little warped in some area. Dean was telling me that he took it to a guy, and he knows so many people,
Right.
you know. And they were like, yeah, you probably just need a new one. But I'm going to keep that one.
Sure.
And,
Shadow box it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Isn't it like crazy heavy or something?
Yes, yeah. I'll, but as you said, into the stud.
Oh, yeah.
It'll have to go
Got to put it in.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Did your father play it?
He did, yeah, and he got okay, but never...
Did he ever mention the fact that when he started playing the banjo in Vietnam, they seemed to be... the attacks would increase?
Yes, and they would often...
That's what I thought.
Keep it down over there.
Do you have your dad's signature anywhere so you could get a plaque made and you could put it in a shadow box and people would come over and go, wow, whose banjo is that? It's signed and everything.
Oh, yeah, Larry Arnold. He taught Scruggs everything he knew.
Yeah. It used to be Flat and Arnold.
Right.
Do you remember any specific song that he played?
I don't. No. But I would hear him kind of, messing around a little bit.
Was he singing along with it, or?
I didn't hear that. I don't remember hearing him sing to that. But I would hear him sing.
I thought he played the banjo for Dolly Parton. Isn't that?
Yes, and they were...
Jolene.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm way wrong on this. I'm sorry.
That hurt my ears, and that was kind of low.
You didn't say when Dolly sang it. Oh, my God, it's exquisite.
Coming up, comedian Henry Phillips will be joining us. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Break up with your brewer. Switch to Java House. Amazingly smooth barista quality cold brew in seconds with no equipment required. Just peel and pour over hot or cold water. Effortlessly easy. Coffee, teas, hydration and energy drinks, hot cocoa and more. Order online at javahouse.com. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show.
A look at their car is perhaps the best way to introduce the uninitiated to WFBQ Radio's morning team, Bob and Tom. The pink and camouflage junker features 3 hood ornaments, a bowling trophy, the hind quarter of a horse, and a jar of tartar sauce that will have to be explained elsewhere.
295 Night Ranger when you close your eyes. It's 8:42. You're with Bob and Tom on a 2 for Tuesday.
Good morning. Howdy. Great. Holmes. Sherlock. Let's play word association.
Okay.
Howdy.
Holmes.
Sherlock.
Holmes.
John C. With Bob and Tom.
Holmes.
The human tripod.
I see.
Okay, I'm sorry, Bob.
That's all right.
From 6 a.m. and for the next 4 hours, Bob Kavoyan and Tom Griswold fill the airwaves with jokes and pranks that range from silly to hilarious and from bawdy to sick.
Why is sex like air?
Why is sex like air? I give up, Bob.
Because it's no big thing unless you're not getting it.
They deliver a National Lampoon sort of humor that leaves the audience laughing while wondering how Q95 can broadcast some of the things they say.
Half the joke is in your mind. The joke isn't stated outright. The person has to put something into it to get something out of it.
Yeah, they're fun and
people like them.
People enjoy them.
They laugh at them. And there's an alternative. You can always change the channel.
But people aren't. After 2 years on the air, Bob and Tom have taken Q95's morning show to the top of the volatile morning FM ratings. WFBQ is the third radio station the zany team has worked for. After 6 years together, they've got the routine down pat. Bob runs the audio control board, plays straight man, and provides the program's famous laugh.
Amateur phylactics. Amazing concept, I think, and I think it's going to
Tom sits in a mound of notes and papers to provide the program's often quoted jokes and many of its voices.
Oh, hello, Mohandas.
Hello, Bob.
How are you?
Oh, I am fine today. Hello, Tom. Hi, Mohandas. You look very good today. Thank you so much, Mohandas.
Much of their banter is off the cuff, with an occasionally rehearsed punchline off mic during a song.
Only if it makes you late for the ceremony.
She's controversial. She's provocative. She's the famous sex therapist, Dr. Ruth Weisboner. Good morning, Dr. Ruth. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Dr. Ruth.
Their regular spoof on Dr. Ruth Westheimer features some of their more risque humor.
Is it wrong to have sex before you're married?
Is it wrong to have sex before you're married? Well, no, as long as you're not late for the wedding.
Bob and Tom's task of filling 20 hours of airtime every week is made easier by several regular characters phoned in by people around town. Nightclub owner Sonny is a favorite.
Great approach. How are things going on at the track? I know you're running the mystery flesh tent this year.
Everything is going just fine, Dow. I bred that baby up, throw it in some shortening, and serve it up. It's the mystery flesh tent, Dow.
That's located, of course, in Turn 1.
It's right there in Turn 1 where people seem to be the most hungry and the least discriminating.
Other characters are voiced by regular visitors to the studio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Tiger Don Bardo. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Your Highness.
Q95 midday personality Jay Baker voices the spoof on Richard Nixon.
Now, do you remember Ronald Reagan visiting the German cemetery over the weekend?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
The media referred to it as the Nazi cemetery. You know, I was the one that put him up to that.
I see.
I said, babes, this is going to be so beautiful for your career. Trust me on this one. I told him, I said, when I was a young boy, I heard the phrase, the only good Nazi is a dead Nazi. I said, Ronnie, you can't miss a whole field full of dead Nazis. You slide over there, you put the wreath down, the wreath, and you're cruising.
Bob and Tom say they get very few complaints from listeners as they poke fun at every special interest group imaginable, and station management has left them unrestrained on the limits of their humor. After 2 years, the result has been high ratings, a devoted following, and 2 happily transplanted Hoosiers who say they just might stay to grow old and gray on Q95.
Could be. It's very possible. In fact, it's already started.
Bob's getting gray.
Yeah. Tom's getting old. Yeah.
This is Greg Todd, Channel 6 News.
Oh, I feel so much better now. You know, Bob.
Yes.
I don't want to say that most of the women that you go out with have questionable morals or anything, but last night.
List, but it should be.
Coming up, your shot at $1,000 an hour from Q95.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. In the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, there's Christy Lee.
Hello.
She's at the Silac Insurance News Desk. There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick.
Gonna have a nice song this time?
I think we've been planning something.
All right.
We got a little cooking. Something's cooking right here.
That's exciting. There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
Ace Cosby. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. I'm Chick. Hello, Tom.
Hello, Chick McGee. Now, Christy was on a little vacation with a family, but she's back. But you did miss an important story, Christy.
I missed a lot. I haven't watched the news or anything. What?
Well, I'm not sure this one made the national news.
Okay.
It took place in Iowa. A animal rescue group responded to a Buffalo Wild Wings restaurant where there was a confused hen running around.
Oh, she didn't want to be fried up.
The Animal Rescue League of Iowa said an officer was called to rescue the, quote, poor confused hen in front of the chicken wing restaurant. This was in Des Moines.
Hens always look confused, though.
They do. You're right. They don't run in a straight line.
And this group does an animal rescue, and they do a lot of chickens because people get them, and then they decide they don't really want the whole thing with the backyard chicken thing.
Get out of here, chicken.
But now, Pat, as I recall, you had a tribute.
Yeah, I got something here. Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm a chicken, what's in those things? I hear that sauce stings. And Wild Wings. Wild Wings, I think you're buffalo meat. But I want to know for sure. Smells like chicken. Wait a minute. Wild Wings! I went to KFC, but I'm a chicken I can't read. Christy Lee, what does the C mean in KFC? KFC, you taste so crispy, but I feel like Brad Pitt. What's in the box? Tell me. Wild Wings.
Chicken.
Oh, thank you very much, Pat.
A little hen.
Time now to segue into the world of sports with Chick McGee.
So you can adopt a hen somewhere?
No, that's there's a serious piece there.
Okay.
Hens cutting around, running around like a chicken with his head cut off. They always look anxious.
They have an adopting service for
chickens.
For chickens.
And very nice.
A lot of people, this is the thing where they're getting these backyard chickens, and it's not for everybody.
Well, this goes to that house by me. Their chickens just run wild. How do they not just leave? That's what I've always wondered.
But chickens
There's no fence.
They can't fly very far. They can fly, but not very well and not very far.
Well,
because they have the chicken flying contest at Bob Evans Farm in Southern Ohio every year, where they
How high up do they
take
go?
the chickens up to this mailbox.
Oh my God!
I'm not making this up. I'm going to say it's 20 feet in the air, and they put the chicken in one side, and take a toilet plunger, and push them out of the mailbox the other way, and see how far they can fly.
That's higher than I would have.
I'd say it's 20 feet.
I was guessing they couldn't go much higher than a person.
Me too.
Well, that's why they have to have it up in the air so they can.
And the animal cruelty, people have a.
I don't think.
They don't break their little legs
It
when they
must
land?
not be cruel to them. Yeah, who knows?
They catch themselves enough with their wings so they don't have to break anything.
In theory, I bet there's a couple that are.
They don't get them. Yeah.
They drop like an anvil. I didn't know I had to.
Huh?
The mailbox?
That's the way I understand it.
Okay.
I'm sitting here
I think there should be video. This used to
Probably
be a
is.
huge festival. I think it's Gallipoli or Gallipolis or however you say it. Rio Grande in Southern Ohio.
We can check it out, but
Can we check it out?
Yeah.
Can I go and watch it and report on it?
Sure.
We're live here at the chicken flying contest.
I'll see what I can do. In the meantime, do we have any sporting news?
Well, I know what you're all saying. You're saying, boy, the NBA season, it's been a long off season. Is there going to be something that's going to happen so we can get back into the swing for the NBA season? Well, I have just what you need. Tomorrow is the NBA draft.
Jeez.
What the hell? That's right. Tomorrow and Thursday in New York City at the Barclays Center, it will be this year's NBA draft. Of course, Cooper Flagg will be the number one pick by the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavs won that questionable draft lottery earlier. It seems like a couple of weeks ago now. The top 5 picks: the Mavericks, Spurs, Sixers, Hornets, and the Jazz at number 5. Can you believe that it's the NBA draft already? Oh. The season is it's too long. Isn't the season like giraffes' necks? The NBA season is too long.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to get, you could argue that for almost everything. Maybe not football, but they're not going to get
baseball.
into.
Baseball's too long.
They're not going to stop.
No.
They can't change it now.
No, they can't. You're right.
NASCAR's got too many races that you could make all these arguments, but they're not going to.
How do you feel about the joke, hey, that's a NASCAR?
That's fine.
I didn't recognize it as a joke, but thank you for putting in that category. Okay, Chick, I was not paying attention because I was looking up your Bob Evans Farm Festival.
Chicken flying contest.
The International Chicken Flying.
International. They got a chicken from Canada.
Launched in 1972. It ran for decades. That implies it's no longer happening.
Well,
that's a shame.
Well, what? Who would protest this?
Chickens are categorized by weight and gently, quote, flushed from a platform mailbox.
I told you.
With handlers using nets to catch them.
Oh, okay. They must have added the nets angle.
This is interesting. In 1979, a bantam named Lola B flew 302 feet.
Legend. They have weight classes.
Legend. Oh, yeah.
Breaking the previous record of 297, earning a $500 prize.
That's pretty far.
Lola B did not see one dime of that.
In 89, a chicken.
A crooked agent. Yeah.
A chicken named Judy went 542 feet, shattering the prior marks, netting $1,100 for their owners.
How about that? Big booty Judy.
Plucky chicken.
I can't tell if it's still running.
But this goes back to your problem with the turkeys being pardoned for Thanksgiving and the protests, and so they pardon one and they kill one. But who would protest chickens treated this way? You know how many millions of chickens we kill a day, an hour?
Well, the Bob Evans International Chicken Flying Contest is no longer being held. It was officially discontinued in 1994 following protests and concerns from animal welfare groups.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, they'll ruin some fun, those groups. I mean, think about
the first one who hasn't enjoyed a nugget.
Yeah.
Cast the
Well, think of all the joy we'd have going to a zoo and seeing smoking monkeys. And because of these groups,
you know what?
Our children will never know the joy of seeing a
smoking monkey.
A chimpanzee pull out a pack of cigarettes.
That's right. Tap him on his hand.
Right.
It's a lot of
It's not good for the chimpanzee. No.
Well,
animal rights zealots.
Gone is the diving horse in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that one.
You saw it?
Not in Atlantic City, but it would tour.
Have you seen the parachuting dog video?
No.
I saw a dog catch a fish with it using a fishing pole on a deal recently. He had some help from his owner, but boy gosh, if he didn't land a bass.
Is that with the lady fishing? Is that the one with the...
It was a guy.
Oh.
Well, so sorry, Chick. No more chicken flying company.
Well, that is a shame. That's a damn shame.
We should start our own.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, right out here.
We can get Bob Evans a
God knows we got the room.
Yeah.
If we leave Bob Evans out of this, we'll just serve chicken salad from a gas station nearby. That's Chick's favorite.
Daring enough.
That's why we go over to the Wawa. We'll get some chicken salad. We'll go nuts. Yeah.
It's maybe some egg salad.
How could they protest this with a straight face?
I mean, maybe it does cause undue stress to the birds. Who knows?
Oh, come on.
It's just not. It's just not worth it. Bob Evans has better things to do than worried about getting bad publicity for having some fun with some chickens.
What if they don't catch it? I mean,
well, then they crash to the earth and break their neck. I'm sure, but.
Well, we can't watch the chickens fly, kids. You guys want to go to Bob Evans and eat some chicken? I mean, it is a weird thing.
Yeah.
Well, no. I got a nice letter. If I don't have it with me, I got a really nice letter from a guy who just bought his mom a case of Java House coffee, and she loved it. And it'd be really nice if I had the letter, but I don't. I can tell you this, though.
In your other pants? What do you mean?
This portion of the Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by Java House, That's the official coffee of the Bob and Tom Show. In fact, the official refreshment, you'll notice, wait a minute, I have been drinking this. I've got a tea over here, and this is my hydration drink that I enjoy these very much. I highly recommend them. This is the Blue Arctic Freeze. You add a little water. The beauty of Java House is you don't have to put it through a contraption to get your coffee or your tea or your latte. It's peel and pour. Here we go. Here's a pod. It's a little bit slightly bigger than one of the Keurig cup things. And this pod has got concentrated coffee. This one happens to be the cold brew Colombian medium roast. And it is amazingly smooth. And you can find out all about it by going to javahouse.com. And by the way, they've got a little tab there you can click on, Java House for your office. And perhaps you could get yourself a free in-office demo. javahouse.com. They've got cocoa, energy drinks, hydration drinks, teas, lattes, and, of course, coffee. Lots of different kinds of coffee. And I learned a little something. Cold brew, and I always thought that was iced coffee. It is not. That's the way the coffee is brewed to remove the bitterness. So if you're interested in a cold brew or a nice hot coffee, check out Java House, the official coffee of the Bob and Tom Show. And I'm really enjoying this hydration. It's become kind of my new thing to do during the mornings. They also have energy drinks. I don't need an energy drink. If I talked any faster, I'd run out of air. We certainly appreciate Java House. I think you'll like them. JavaHouse.com. Click on that Java House for your office tab and sign up. Maybe you can get that free in-office demo. Coming up, we'll be joined by comedian Henry Phillips. We have the world's largest camera in the news.
And who is Dickie Lovelady? Ooh. And why are people talking about him?
Is this a sporting show?
Dickie Lovelady.
Okay, I'm very curious.
Actual person.
We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
There's no easy way to say this, so I'm just going to say it. Kay, it's over. We have to break up. I'm breaking up with you. I have met somebody else. It's just better for me. Java House, peel and pour pods. I mean, you peel, all right? You pour the Java House cold brew into a cup of hot water, and in less than 10 seconds, voila. Amazingly smooth, barista quality. You don't have this. And you're a lot of work. Frankly, it shouldn't be this much work. I've stuck by you, you know that. When you were broke, it's not easy to say, but I just have to tell you, you're gross. Java House offers me so much more, not just coffee, teas, energy drinks. I appreciate you taking this as well as you are. I was worried you'd be all steamed up about this. That's disappointing. Perhaps I gave you too much credit. It's over, and I'm keeping the cats.
Java House, amazingly smooth cold brew coffee. Enjoy barista quality coffee in seconds with no equipment required. Just peel and pour over hot or cold water. It's effortlessly easy. In fact, the hardest thing about Java House, well, that'll be figuring out which one of their many great beverages to try next.
You don't have to watch this.
Order online at javahouse.com. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, we have a request. Christy, do you feel like doing a little something over there?
Something like what?
Well, we have a request for Christy does a thing she does on occasion on stage with Henry Phillips.
Oh, I see.
They are going to be working together.
Oh,
I don't know.
We were going to use that as a tease to get people to Wiley's on Saturday to see the big.
Well,
the big show.
The big
that'd be
duet.
nice, but there are a lot of people who can't make it.
Didn't we hear a new version of the? Wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Did you guys ever?
Yeah, we did get that.
Oh, cool.
We played that.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we? Can you do the original? Do you know?
That's the more politically correct version.
Yeah.
Have you ever guys tried this on the air here?
Have we? Yeah, I think we have. I don't know. Gosh, Henry, it's been so long since I've seen you, and I just thought that would be great to kind of maybe sit here and talk about some things like the weather. Have you noticed how hot it's gotten? Oh my God, and the humidity.
She's talking again.
I have some friends that have shown
really
up
bugging
at
me.
the
She's
beach
talking
wearing the
again.
most ungodly
It's
outfits.
so embarrassing. I look at my friend.
I don't know what women are thinking.
I think
these
she's
days.
psycho because she's talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and
that's great,
talking.
but you know, at least make sure your surgeon gets your nipples in the right place, because I hate it when they skew left. God, what is that all about? You would think.
She's talking again. I need a cigarette.
Oh
She's talking again.
Here's the other
I
girl
wish
who
we
wore this
never met.
horrible
She's
makeup the
talking
other day. Oh,
again.
God, the scars she
She's like
had.
a TV set. She's talking and talking and talking. I'm gonna go insane.
That cellulite was something everybody
I'm in
has, so
horrific
why
pain.
would you even do that to yourself? And then
I think she's on cocaine.
Scars, your stomach looks like a battleground.
Maybe I
now.
need
It's
some
not
because she's
attractive.
talking and talking
Oh my
and
God.
talking and
And
talking.
I'll tell you what, if she
I
wears that
don't
bathing
care
suit
about
one
a
more
word
time, I
you
am gonna
say.
have to-
You
I don't know.
already told that stupid
Strap her to her
story
room so she
anyway.
sees a
I'm
mirror.
gonna get a 38 and blow myself away because you're talking.
You look at yourself in the mirror and go, this is as good as I am ever going to look. Oh, my God. And to go out in public like that? What is she thinking? I was at a black tie event
She's
the other night.
talking
Henry,
again.
and the girl had
It's
on this
really
dress.
bugging me. She's talking again.
In a beautiful
It's so
tuxedo.
embarrassing.
She
I look
has
at
on
my
this
friends.
Unbelievably low
I think
cut
she's
dress.
psycho because she's talking and talking
It.
and
Here we
talking.
are trying to raise money for a charity, and her breasts are hanging out.
She's talking again.
Oh my God, she's 55 years old. Come
She's
on,
talking
Henry.
again.
Press your age. What are you trying to prove?
She's talking
we all
again.
know that once you start drinking, you're going to hit on your husband's best friend, and that is not
She's
attractive.
talking again.
Yeah, right.
See what you miss when you're gone for just a couple of months, hon?
Wow. Christy Lee, along with Henry Phillips. I heard something about nipples the wrong way and
Have you
breasts
ever
hanging
seen
out.
that?
Skewing the wrong way?
Yeah.
Sometimes they put them back, they're not exactly
Okay, thank you.
lined up.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Marty Feldman nipples.
Is that what they call it in the textbooks?
I
for the
think so.
plastic surgery?
Wouldn't you like to know what Chick McGee does while commercials are playing?
I sure
during the
would.
Bob and Tom show? Walk this way.
Okay. Here you go. You're going into the restroom.
Well, no, this happens sometimes.
Sometimes you have to do quick decision making.
It's locked.
Right?
Normally, everyone who works here knows that they shouldn't be in the bathroom when we're in commercials.
Of course.
Because I might have to use the bathroom.
Number
and
one.
I can't use the bathroom any other time than when we're in commercials.
Number one or number two?
I'd rather not say.
Oh.
Well,
hello.
Hang on.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello, Chick.
Hello, Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hello.
We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. There's Ace.
Hello.
And hello, Tom.
Coming up, nudity in the news.
Oh, boy.
Nudity news. But right now, something special on the big screen to my right. It's Ed Septic.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Ed, how are you?
Hi, Ed.
I'm good. I wanted to zoom in real quick. It's me, Ed Septic, of Ed Septic Plumbing and Supply.
You okay? Are you okay, Ed?
Yeah, you know me. I'm the plumber who won't bang your pipes, only your wife. Wait, I think I got that backwards.
Are you drunk?
I may have had a few this morning. Hey, just for the record, while I'm in your home, not only am I not banging your wife, I also won't kick your dog.
Oh.
I just want to let you know. I also want to let you know.
That kind of implies that there was a problem.
I also won't curse in front of your kids or shake your crying baby. Can Pete's Plumbing and Pipe say that? I don't think so.
No.
You sure can.
Pete's a hack. I know that.
That's right. It's barbecue season, and that's why this month only I'm running the Ed Septic Beat My Meat special. With the purchase of a new tankless water heater, I'm throwing in a free side of beef. Oh, that's a $1,700 value. How can I do that? As my old friend Don Davis would always say, I'm not here to make any money, folks. I just love to sell tankless water heaters. So call me at Ed Septic 888 down the Brown. We got my niece Krista answering phones today. She's got a baby on the way, and we're trying to help her save some money for cosmetology school this fall.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Try to help a girl out. Remember, I'm the plumber who won't bang your wife, kick your dog, or punch your baby. You don't hear the other plumbing companies say that because they can't. So order today. Take advantage of my Beat My Meat summer special. As we say here at Ed Septic Plumbing and Supply, we want a tankless water heater in your home and our meat in your mouth. Have a good one, Bob and Tom.
Sounds like a heck of a deal.
I was just thinking this morning, I need a tankless water heater. I should call that.
They're the best.
Man, it takes forever for my water to get hot. I need to get...
They had, I forget which house it was, during that years when I changed houses, like I changed socks, you know. One of those houses had like a recirc. They call it recirculation, where the water's always hot, no matter where you are in the house. It was the best damn thing I ever had in my life.
I need that.
It was wonderful.
Tankless water heater, fantastic.
Yeah.
And I had to replace in my old house the regular water heater. And those have a really interesting way that they tell you that you need a new one. What it is they, in my case, emptied all over the floor.
Yeah, they leak.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it was the big one.
Yeah.
I had
75-galloner.
I recently replaced a hot water heater, and I did. So I was fiddling with it, and you know, I'm going to go down.
You
and see what
touched
I
it?
can do. Oh yeah, I touched it. I tried to start it again, the whole thing. So then I called the guy, and the guy comes out, and he goes, "Well, here's your problem." And I didn't even notice that there's a pan underneath your, and then they have it on blocks so it stays off the ground. And he goes, pat, and it's just soaked. And I had no idea. I just walked right by it. There's like 2 feet of water underneath.
But when you're a kid, we were talking about this before, how until you become an adult, you have no awareness of anything like that.
Right.
I stupidly assumed that the hot water came from the water department. They had 2 pipes coming into the house.
Way. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, I was an idiot.
No.
And I remain one, by the way.
Why wouldn't a kid think that?
Why wouldn't?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not just kids. But you're 18. You're whatever, going to trade school or college or whatever. And there's a lot of basic stuff that we just don't know. Yeah. But that's the sort of thing. There should be a special class in high school that teaches you all that stuff.
If you had to, do you think, if you absolutely had to, you think you could change your oil?
Oh, I've done that.
You've changed oil?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if I could do it on my car now.
Yeah, well, cars
It's
are
a little more complicated now.
different now. There's probably a computer chip you switch out to change the oil, I would guess.
You've gotten on one of those little carts and shimmied underneath the car.
And those are a blast. Yeah, the first time I had one, I just about did a backwards prone skateboard into Duffield Road, where I grew up.
One time I did it, I did not have one of those. Just had a shimmy under the car.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But I won't ever do that again.
It's one of my favorite words.
Shimmy?
Shimmy.
Shimmy, cocoa butter.
There's a great scene in the movie My Favorite Year. Remember where he's going, shimmy? It's terrific.
Is the price point for a tankless water heater, like, are we talking the difference between a first class seat on a plane and
I think it's competitive, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is.
Check local listings. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it depends on the job. Sometimes it's a tankless job.
Yeah, sometimes it is.
You know that you suppose guys that install that hear that joke every day. Oh,
I'm sorry. What did you say that
hack.
was?
He called you a hack.
Did you say that was a joke?
Yeah. They called you a hack.
Comedy helper over here.
No. It's just one of those things that we were talking about the other day that you hear a lot. No, that was very nice, Pat. Thank you very much. We're going to return to the sports page with Chick McGee.
From New York City, the Big Apple.
Ah, yes.
The city with the big pants.
The city that never sleeps.
That's him. What?
Wendy's.
First things first, Richard Lovejoy wants to be called Richard in all format communications, the scoreboard, the television, and in print. If you run into him on the street or at the ballpark, feel free to use his nickname, Dickie. Dickie Lovelady.
So Dickie Lovelady.
Did I say Richard Lovejoy? I meant Richard Lovelady. He's the new pitcher for the New York Mets. He's just acquired over the weekend. On a baseball card, I will go by Richard Lovelady. But he says, I understand. I get it. There's going to be a lot of people wanting to call me Dickie Lovelady, and that's fine.
That's his real actual name?
Richard Lovelady is his name.
Dick Lovelady?
Dick Lovely.
Poor guy.
Yeah, Lady Love Dick.
Yeah. He's never heard that.
Pitching for the Twins, AAA St. Paul affiliate earlier in the season. He 1.31 ERA, 19 appearances, held left-handed batters. He did real well.
Wow.
So there you go. That's your new pitcher in the major leagues.
Well, they need him.
To go along with the Big Dumper.
And the
Remember him, the Mariners guy? Cal, what's his name? I forget his name.
He's the guy with a great ass.
That's right. That's Al
Scared me to
Pacino.
death.
Al Pacino. And,
That scent of a woman?
Heat.
Oh, Heat, right. Great ass.
Great ass. Kevin Durant has been traded to the Houston Rockets, one of the few teams that he has not played for, which is very exciting.
Isn't he
for Kevin.
about 50 by now?
He is 36, 37.
That's 50 in NBA years.
That is.
As a freshman, 19-year-old freshman, he won Player of the Year. Did you know that, Tom?
Oh, that's good. Very nice.
That's exactly right. Here we go. Ready, set,
Stupid world record.
I don't know which one to do first. They're equally idiotic. I'm going to go with this one. A 19-year-old from Spain has grown the world's heaviest cantaloupe.
Oh, cantaloupe.
Ooh.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe who?
Cantaloupe tonight. Dad has the ladder.
Yeah.
Anybody?
And you didn't want to do the story.
According to Guinness, Lorenc, L-L-O-R-E-N-C, Androver, produced a melon weighing 69 pounds, 5.28 ounces, which is heavier than the average golden retriever, 66 pounds, or a washing machine also weighs 66 pounds.
That gives you something to compare it to.
Yeah.
There's a heavier melon out there.
Is there?
Carnegie.
Carnegie Mellon.
Your thoughts, Tom?
Weighs more.
Carnegie.
Haven't I ever told you the story? A friend of mine, I better be careful here.
His wife has big melons?
Married a woman who was substantially endowed in the breast area.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with great disdain based on her soul and her lack of a moral core and her awful personality, we referred to her as Carnegie Mellons.
Ah, yes.
It was a code between this one friend and yours truly. I don't want to go into too much detail, but fortunately, my friend that married her divorced her. But it's a long, very painful story. But we always referred to her as Carnegie Mellons.
Ah, I like it.
Listen
Did
to
she
this.
buy those melons, or was she born with them?
No, she was born with.
They were organic melons.
Yeah, once again, she traded her soul for those apparently.
Listen to this sentence and see if you can guess who wrote it.
All right.
Lorenc Andover unveiled his prized fruit at the Rufino Pineda Mendoza Watermelon and Melon Competition in Villanueva de la Serena. Where the hell is that?
This is like the running of the bulls for melons.
Of course.
I'm surprised Hemingway didn't write about this.
So there's a watermelon. They differ between watermelons and melons. There's
a picture of the guy. Look at the size of those melons.
Yeah, it sure doesn't look like a cantaloupe.
No,
not
it
the
looks
cantaloupes
like a
we know.
watermelon.
No, it looks like a watermelon. Yeah.
You sure it's not a watermelon?
Or a green pumpkin.
Yeah.
You sure you got a cantaloupe there, bud?
Yeah,
Cantaloupe.
that's a cantaloupe.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
You know what they say, the old phrase, even if he loves them, a man and his melons can't elope.
You have a song for us, Pat?
All right,
You would kind of cover that ground, Chick.
You guys are judges. Which did you like better, that one or mine?
Yours.
The dad's got the
Well,
ladder.
Tom's was.
Mine's an old saying. I had nothing to do with it.
That's exactly what.
When you're right, you're
I mean,
right.
he wasn't trying to go for comedy.
I could call a friend, have him translated into the original Spanish.
He was just sharing. Here's Pat.
This takes me back to when I was a kid, and we had a county fair up in Ricketts Glen, and there was a girl that had the biggest melons at this fair. And,
Oh, really?
She should have won prizes. I saw a girl at the fair. She had the biggest ones I've ever seen. If the Golden Globes was for those, oh, she'd win, if you know what I mean. Couldn't help but stare, oh, 'cause she's got award-winning melons. But her boyfriend is a felon and looks like Charlie Sheen. But, honey, do you want to split this scene? If you can grow things that big at home, maybe it'll work on me, yeah. Oh, cantaloupe without a girl. Can I touch those melons on the tilt-a-whirl? Don't keep those casabas hidden. Pull them out and win a blue ribbon. If the Golden Globes were for Golden Globes, she'd win, if you know what I mean. Oh, I couldn't be much clearer. Girl, take a look in the mirror. You got the biggest, juiciest set of melons I've ever seen.
A tinge of sadness on the tilt-a-whirl. Thank you. Hello again. If you're just joining us, we are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios, and this is the Bob and Tom program.
Two for Tuesday. Stupid world record. An Argentinian man has broken the Guinness World Record for the most pubs visited in 24 hours. Martin Perez managed to visit a total of 152 bars in Buenos Aires over the course of an entire day, smashing the previous record of 120. He said, "This record attempt..."
Yes? I didn't know we had actual audio.
"was a personal tribute to the city I love and where I was born and I still live. To earn the title, applicants don't need to order an alcoholic..." This is the disclaimer.
What?
Yeah. That
You have
cheapens
to
this
have a drink
that
in each
cheapens this
bar.
entire
You
experience.
didn't have to have a drink?
To earn the title, applicants don't need to order an alcoholic drink at every establishment. Any drinks are allowed as long as they meet the minimum of 0.2 pints or 125 milliliters.
So does he have to drink whatever that's the thing.
Yes, drink that amount wherever he goes.
That's what it sounds like. I don't know.
So he could have
a lot of...
The reporting on this story
A lot of urinating.
slipshod at best.
A lot of urinating would be involved. Pat, do you feel, is this kind of a...
You don't seem like a bar crawl guy to me.
No, will an Irish person take this personally, that this record is
Irish
no
people
longer...
pretty much stay in one place.
They
It's their
do.
favorite place.
Yeah, they'll just go to their pub.
Their chair, even.
Yeah.
Their stool.
So I see. So this is a South American thing. Well, so the guy is not necessarily a raging alcoholic.
Not necessarily, but
This contest could kill somebody.
Yeah, it could. You're right.
That's more pubs than most cities have.
Yeah, that's an astounding.
152 bars?
You go to
That's a lot.
Epcot and drink the around the world.
What the hell?
That's
Yep.
hard.
Well, what is that, like 13 beers or something? Or however many?
Have you done the drink around the world,
World
Kristen?
Showcase?
Me?
Yeah.
A few times, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't you know?
You made it? It's not
Well,
easy.
here's what we did. After a while, we started letting the girls get to split a beer in every country.
Yeah.
Because it was, I
Still.
couldn't make it. Yeah.
And how many countries are there in Epcot?
I don't know. That's a great question.
14 or 15? I know I did it with my.
Well, they
girlfriend.
closed.
That
I know
started with
Yeah,
our
they
group.
closed.
You know that.
They closed Iran down Sunday.
You think you invented that?
I don't think that happened.
There's a really good chance.
That you invented the
Not
drinking
me.
around the world.
Not me, but the group of people.
Oh.
There are 11 country pavilions.
10 now. Once again, Iran closed.
We are trying to.
Well, they're not totally closed. but they're-
Well, and Canada's part of
basement's messed
America,
up.
too, now. So.
I know they're throwing bottles at Qatar.
I know we got thrown out during one of those.
Oh,
Drink
yeah.
around the world.
I had a fight in Japan, yeah.
Did you?
Oh, boy.
You've had a fight in every country.
And Morocco didn't serve alcohol for quite a while. So
Then they got wise.
then they did get wise.
How come nobody's visiting us?
We're losing money here.
They should put a casino in, like in the movie Casablanca.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
A Rick's American Cafe.
Yes.
There's no gambling in here.
Here, your winnings, officer.
Here's your winnings, General.
I know it wasn't Peter Lloyd. We prefer it that way.
I love Peter Lorre in that.
Coming up, comedian Henry Phillips will be joining us. And we have some fascinating things in the world of news. We have another guy stuck in a chimney. Idiot.
Well, I'll tell you how you die if you get stuck in a chimney.
Okay, we'll look forward to that.
I'll be excited.
Plus, we have lightning striking, and it meets an obituary, oddly enough.
Oh, God, that's right.
No, but the guy that got hit by lightning lived.
Oh, wow.
This is a conundrum almost. Wait a minute, or something like that. These are the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. I know that for sure. And this is the Bob and Tom Show. There we go.
Hey.
There he is. We're talking to comedian Dusty Slay. And Dusty, I recognize you right away. You got a full beard, though. The stash is your trademark. You got the you're going kind of for the Jesus if he had glasses and a cap on look.
Well, I can't be rolling around out here beardless. I don't need people seeing this chin, you know?
I see.
Great to see you, Dusty.
Yeah.
Great to see you. I'm pumped to be here.
Dusty Slay is a great comedian, and he's got a Netflix special that, as they say, was just dropped. I'll speak English. It was just released.
Yes.
You can see Workin' Man, which got us talking about the band Rush, Dusty, when we heard the phrase Workin' Man.
Well, I'm a little bit of a fan, and someone said that I might get a call from them about some copyright thing with the name, and I said, I'd love to talk to them.
Let's do it.
Well, you've got a tour going, and Geddy Lee has a book coming out, so we're even. Dusty has an interesting background. You were a working man there for a while. You had some real jobs. Weren't you a waiter for a long time?
Oh, yeah. Well, I worked a lot. My dad thinks I'm still in high school. I don't think he thinks I've ever worked a day in my life. He goes, what's this working man thing you're talking about? But, yeah, I waited tables. I used to work in Charleston, South Carolina at a restaurant called Hyman's, which is located on the same block as a restaurant called Sticky Fingers. And I'm not making that up, just telling you where it is.
I remember that. That's a seafood place. Hyman's a beautiful seafood place.
We've been there, too.
It's great. It is great.
Yeah. And you were a waiter there. Were you a good waiter?
I think I was pretty good. I had a little bit of an attitude problem towards the end, but I think I was good, People would come in there and they would ask for weird things. They'd be like, they'd be like, you know what? I haven't done this joke in a long time, and I even forgot the joke. They're like, these jokes are not on the special. I didn't forget any. They're like, what's a good wine with the fried catfish, And I'm like, I don't know, a Budweiser?
There we go.
It's a hot joke. It's a hot joke.
Dusty, you have done a number of the late night shows. Do you remember what was the first one you did? Do you remember?
Very first late night, I did Jimmy Kimmel, and I never tell people to go watch that one. I feel like that one was not that good. The jokes are great, but I don't know how to prepare for a late night at that point. But my first Tonight Show, very good.
Cool. Well, let me ask you this. Since you've said that the Kimmel event did not go well, why don't you share? What was the first joke you did on it? Do you remember?
Well, I did a joke, trailer park joke. I said, I grew up in a trailer park. We had a lot of fun, but I'm not sure why they call it a park. There were no rides in there, no water slides. We had like an occasional slip and slide or like an old tarp with some Dawn distributor. We put our slip and slide over a tree root one time because we was going to jump it. And that's not how that works at all.
I like that very much.
I hit that tree root. I just got up and got a job,
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. This actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
Oh, God. He never gets this right in the live show.
Hi, Tom here. God knows I'm not perfect. I guess I can be difficult and sometimes perhaps a little demanding. Oh, sure, some might say tyrannical, but I don't get it. I try to be a nice guy, but lately it seems that everybody's pissed at me. My friends are pissed, my doctor's pissed, my mother's pissed, my lawyer's pissed, my waiter's pissed, and Chick is pissed. Everybody's pissed at me. My banker's pissed, the band is pissed, my plumber's pissed, the fish are pissed, my barber's pissed, my brother's pissed.
It is very plain to see.
Everybody's pissed at me.
I think we can all agree.
Everybody
Tom, you are an evil bastard. We're all pissed at you today.
I am sick of all your bitching. Here's a check. Go away. Yeah.
Your boss is pissed, your kids are pissed, your neighbor's pissed, your sister's pissed. We'll bet even God is pissed.
Everybody's pissed at me. When I wrote my pissed off list, I'm sure there's someone that I missed, and that will probably make them pissed.
It is very plain to see.
Everybody's pissed at me.
I think we can all agree.
Everybody's pissed at me.
Very justifiably.
Everybody's pissed at
Your friends are pissed, your partner's pissed, your lover's pissed, your lawyer's pissed, your waiter's pissed, your dog is pissed.
Everybody's pissed at me. Paging Michael Hunt. Paging Michael Hunt. Is Mike Hunt here?
All right. You ready for this?
We are ready.
Hello, my name is Alexa. If you have a smart speaker and what to hear, Bob and Tom Radio, just say Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn. Now, you try it.
Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
That's the first smart thing you've said to me since you took me out of the box.
Ever made. Information about Howie Mandel doing a special show here, a special benefit project on the way.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hello.
Ace Cosby. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. I'm Chick, and Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have a Bob and Tom legend in the studio with us.
I haven't seen him for a long time. He's a very handsome man, very talented man, and he's
a grizzled veteran all of a sudden.
Yeah, he is a comedian, singer, songwriter, Henry Phillips. Henry, it's always a
Hey,
great
what's
pleasure.
up, guys?
Good to see you.
It's wonderful to be back and good to see everybody.
Native of Los Angeles?
Native New Yorker, and then we moved out to Los Angeles when I was about 12. Yeah.
And from a show business family?
Yeah, my dad was a character actor. He was
most famous for
most famous for playing the bad guy in the movie Porky's 2. He was the preacher that tried to shut down the Shakespeare play that they were doing.
And please, Porky's 2 the next day.
Yeah. Absolutely. So you've seen it. Okay, good.
So they just went with
so
the
you're
next
the guy
day.
who saw it.
Yeah, right.
No. I will say that he did a lot of TV. He was
a good actor. I remember
auditioning for the part of the coach, and they liked him a lot in Cheers. And but the Porky's thing came, and then he decided to take that.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't take the role of coach because that guy died.
Yeah, that's true. That's what my dad says or said for many years to justify his decision making.
Well, Henry, it's certainly good to see you again, and at some point maybe we'll get your guitar out, or
absolutely
get Godwin's guitar.
I
We can
think
get
Pat said I could borrow his.
get a song.
Absolutely.
Have we completed what is considered to be a sports broadcast?
Thank you for putting it that way. I
shot.
appreciate that. It cheapens it. All at once. Thank you. Yes, that's sports for right now.
I see.
Bulletins as they happen.
Okay, good to know. Christy Lee is at the Silac Insurance News Desk. Perhaps we could entertain with a news story of interest to some.
I just got back from what some would call a vacation. If your mind is already on your next vacation, or 3, you're in good company. A new Talker research survey of 2,000 Americans finds the average person currently thinking about 4 different trips, with 2 already in the works.
What?
Yep. 2/3 say the anticipation of a vacation is just as good, if not better, than the trip itself. That's interesting. Many report feeling a post-vacation funk.
Well, the worst thing about vacations, you have to travel.
That can be stressful.
Okay.
Awful.
Yeah, it is.
Half the fun is getting there.
No, it's not.
Now, how old were you the first time you got on an airplane?
I worked here, actually, so 30?
Wow.
Wow.
28, 29 years old. Yeah.
Were you excited or nervous?
I was
or-
flying to New York City, where Henry was born, to see Neil Diamond at the Madison Square Garden.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I took some winners out there. Yep.
What year was that?
86, 80. Yeah, it must have been 86. That's the only year I worked down there. So, yeah. 1986.
That's amazing.
29 years old.
Christy?
Well, my grandparents moved to California, Oceanside, when I was 8. So 8.
Oh.
Nice there.
Yeah.
Now, Pat, I know that perhaps Henry doesn't know this. You famously took a bus.
Greyhound bus from South Bend to Los Angeles.
Nice.
Took 3 days.
You know what? People say, bus travel, but that's the only way to really get to L.A. is on a bus. Don't cheat yourself.
How many stops?
Because you can meet a lot of people that'll protect you when you get there.
That's exactly right.
It stops everywhere.
That stops like every hour.
I think since Henry Phillips is here with us, Henry is a fine guitar player and singer and songwriter. You should perhaps tell him a brief story of your getting onto the bus and how that went.
Well, it was a long time ago, so these were different times. People smoked on the bus. I started playing guitar at the age of 20, and I needed to catch up, so I carried it with me everywhere, and I was going to take it to Los Angeles with me to become a big star.
Yes.
And I get to the bus depot there, and it's already packed, and I'm there with my guitar and my backpack, and I walk up on the bus. And then the lady in the back goes, "Hey, look, it's John Denver." The whole bus cracked up, and ever since then, I don't want to carry a guitar anymore.
Yeah, no, it's miserable. We can commiserate on that.
Sure. What do you got in that case there? Are you playing in the lounge tonight?
Did you play for your fellow passengers?
No.
Oh.
Do they have bathrooms on those buses?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just like, it's the same as an airplane bathroom almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's difficult to do any major transaction in there. But.
Yeah, a bus must not have the negative sort of. I'll put it this way: there's that company called Airbus,
right?
Which
don't they call just a lot of planes an Airbus?
Yeah, but I mean, there is that big company, and it just seems to me the American sensibility, bus is not considered the way to go.
Yeah, Airbus is a British company, aren't they? I thought
it takes a while.
It's European, I think, but I just the name bus, you don't associate it with pleasant travel anymore.
Oh yeah, no, and I took one from let's see, I guess it was Tallahassee, Florida to New Orleans one time. I was on a budget, and I was sitting next to a guy, and it's funny because in the first couple of minutes, I was just like, doing that thing where I don't want to touch anybody. I just want to keep to myself. And it just like, even if my arm just brushes up against a stranger, I don't like it. I just kind of pull. But after about 13 hours, and we're still in the panhandle, basically, I basically have my head nuzzled in his armpit. Like, are we there yet? You just get real comfortable after a while. But yeah, no, that was ridiculous. I like the Amtrak, though. I've done that a lot.
I do, too. I love the train.
I took one from here to L.A. one time. And, the Amtrak. Now, I think your vacation does start as soon as you get on the train, as opposed to the plane. The plane doesn't start till you get to your location. But Amtrak, especially if you're into cheap things. You can get a beer,
Did you have a
play
sleeper
some
car?
cards. Yeah, you got to do that.
I've never done that. I've always wanted to do a sleeper car.
Oh, yeah. No, and when I was on the Amtrak, they were telling me apparently Dan Aykroyd and also Kirstie Alley, they used to, all the employees were like, oh, they're on here all the time. Apparently there's some celebrities that's the only way they like to travel. Yeah.
And isn't train travel, it's very sexual. Erotic for some
tunnels.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't you say
some steamy stuff going on in my sleeper room for sure?
I think you could say that certainly that
the rocking of the train.
There are better scenes in movies on board trains than on board planes.
Yeah, those especially the old movies. Those they're just awesome.
What about the Orient Express? That's train travel.
I don't think you can say that anymore.
It's
Asian Express.
Asian Express.
Oh,
Orient is a carpet.
Yeah.
You mean Oriental?
Oriental.
But
that's by the way, that's no longer valid. But I could argue that point.
Yeah, my sleeper car out to L.A. Let's just say it was. The house was rocking and don't come knocking.
Did you pick up girls on the train?
Well, no, I was by myself. It's still.
He's got a one-track mind.
His watch was ticking and the mattress was ticking.
Yeah.
More like it. We're taught. So this the point of this story is that vacations, people, they think about their next vacation while on vacation?
Pretty much, and that they already have 4 different trips and 2 of them in the works. So they're thinking about 4.
I think I fall inside of this. I'm going to the Lake of the Ozarks, 4th of July, and I'm already thinking about, though, how in October I'd like to go to Universal Studios.
Yeah, I have 2 trips already planned.
Not
3.
me. I don't have my summer vacation planned yet.
You're going to. You're
Well, you're going
next
where they
week.
tell you to.
I'm going to London for 2 days.
Well,
that's nice.
Okay.
Which
That is-
arguably is the worst way to go to London.
Yeah.
Why don't you go just for one day? Why waste
Well, he
another
did
day?
that with
last
Pat.
time.
Yeah, nut.
Why don't you take some time and enjoy yourself?
I'll enjoy myself.
I don't.
Yeah, this vacation, none of this stuff in the story works for me.
You're already going to London next week, and then you have a summer vacation coming up. That kind of applies.
But you don't know where you're going?
No, I haven't figured that out yet.
They'll tell you.
Yeah, she'll
The
tell
place
you.
I was going to go, they had another shark attack, so I think I'm going to pass.
Cool.
Were you going to Hilton Head?
Oddly enough, it was in Topeka.
Oh.
Isn't that odd? Yeah.
That is odd.
That shark wanted.
Yeah.
He wanted that little girl's
They're
hand.
smarter.
Must keep swimming. Must keep.
Yeah.
So is this saying what the worst thing about a vacation is?
This says in true Type A fashion, 30% are already planning their next trip while they're still on vacation.
This is like someone talking about dinner while eating lunch.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Okay.
So, Josh, you're going to Universal?
I hope to.
They have they have a whole new thing, right?
Yeah, and they
They have
have
haunted houses on Halloween time.
So I want to go to the new place and the haunted house.
They got a new Harry Potter thing going.
Yeah, and Universal Monsters. That's
Yeah, I was there last year. It was great.
What's Universal Monsters?
it's part of the Epic Universe. It's called Dark Universe, and they have like a Wolfman and Frankenstein and Dracula ride.
Oh, wow.
So should be fun.
You can ride a real wolf man?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's exciting. You grab him by
can
the
make
collar.
a Frankenstein.
Like Build-A-Bear?
Yes, exactly.
We got the Wolfman right here just saying hi.
Hello there.
Hello, Wolfman. Good talking to you.
I'm going to break that thing. Hello there.
Coming up, we'll get a song out of our guest, comedian Henry Phillips, hanging out with us. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Dear Allie, I met my wife at a bar. We both worked hard during the week and then partied hard on the weekends. Now we've been married for 3 years and she's still getting blackout drunk every Friday and Saturday night. When I told her we need to grow up, she said, I can just stay home and be boring and she'll go party without me. How do I get her? How do I get her to mature?
Get her pregnant. Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you know how long I've looked for a woman who will go out on the weekends and let me stay home? Oh my God.
Delightful.
Do not look this gift horse in the mouth.
Well blessed, my friend.
Oh, man. That sounds awesome.
It does.
Yeah.
So all of her friends party hard too, and she just goes out with them and keeps up. So
yeah,
she'll end up going home to somebody else's place, probably.
Well, then his problem.
Well, maybe they can do one night and one night. Maybe they can have one night where they're home and mature and one night where she goes out and parties.
Yeah. Well, don't give a logical compromise.
Why don't they go out on a date night one night and then the other night is
I got it.
night.
I figured it out. An OnlyFans page, but he only shoots her when she's intoxicated, and she can be talked into anything.
Oh, dude,
start cashing in.
Talked into anything.
Yeah.
A little crease out.
Cool.
Maybe have another shot. You can find him at Wannabe Cosby on OnlyFans.
Want to be P. Diddy? Want to be anyone at this point? There's a lot of those out there.
Okay, we're once again extraordinarily helpful today.
Hello, my name is Alexa. If you have a smart speaker and what to hear, Bob and Tom Radio, just say Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn. Now, you try it.
Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
That's the first smart thing you've said to me since you took me out of the box.
We're talking with comedians Mark Klein and Nick Griffin. Nick, anything new in your life?
Well, no. I mean, I'm just out there,
trying to make it work. I think you got to try to enjoy yourself. Obviously, I'm a positive guy, very optimistic.
I've noticed that. That's what I like about you.
Yes, I feel
Is this your New Year's resolution?
Yeah, I feel like
2010's your year.
No, I need to be more realistic, and I feel like you got to enjoy yourself in the moment because in an hour, a day, a week, it's all going to suck again. Because that's life, right? Good, sucky, 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 sucky.
You say that in Japan, and you're going to have a great time.
It's true. It's just hard adjusting to the sucky part of life because when you first get to Earth, everything's sweet. When you're a baby, everyone's kissing your ass, hugging you, feeding you, and then boom, acne, erections, calculus.
Tell the story again, and I always love the story about when you and Cheryl were playing, and the day that you finally, the day that she quit playing one-on-one against you.
You mean when I finally beat her?
Yes.
This is Reggie's sister, of course. Years ago.
She wasn't going to play anymore.
Well, when I sent her shot into my mom's rose garden, we started playing horse.
Right.
But you got to remember, Cheryl was always 2 to 3 inches taller as we were growing up. So I started to catch her in height my freshman and sophomore year of high school. So up until that point, Cheryl dominated me. But she dominated everyone, though.
Yeah.
I don't feel so bad.
Didn't she score how many did she score that one night? You scored, what was it?
45.
50. She came in and
I'm gloating because we had played in the away gym. She had played at the home gym. So my dad was with her at their game and my mom was with me. So we get in the car. Hey, I had my best game ever. 40, 45 points. Strider started. Strider, what did you do tonight? And she looked at my dad and kind of looked down. My dad's like, oh, she had a pretty good game. I was like, oh, yeah, but I bet it wasn't 40, 45.
Yeah.
No, she had a really good game. Well, what's really good? She had 105.
By herself?
I'm like, the team scored 105? No, son.
Cheryl
scored
105 points.
I bet that record still stands.
I believe it does. They beat that team 179 to 12.
God.
The point guard, which is still a record, had 39 assists. I mean, it was like crazy numbers.
Tell us more about scatting.
Well, it's it's like in the traditional jazz sense. It's the scoot up, beat a bada. But I mean, I don't do that. I do it to classic rock only.
Right.
The most famous scat is probably the worst ever.
Of Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra, a great artist, but the doobie, one of the worst, terrible scats. But
yeah, but I mean, it's hard. Like if you're in the car and you're listening to Led Zeppelin, it's hard not to do the bow bow bam doom cack cack doom bam 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 doom cack cack doo. So
brilliant. Yeah,
sure. Yeah. So I've got the notoriety came from the AC/DC, which really took sale, which is the. Dum 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 dum. Bidun babwayo no dum 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 padum 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 dum. And my girlfriend's like, most people sing the lyrics.
That's true.
Okay, I can scat Amos Moses by Jerry Reed.
Oh yeah,
let's hear it.
Please.
That's why he got STUCK. It's WHYDE Masonry. Check them out, Wide Masonry.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Howdy.
There's Pat Godwin, Josh Arnold. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Ace Cosby. I'm Chick McGee. Hello, Tom. We've got a special guest.
He is a singer-songwriter, Henry Phillips. has joined us in the studio. An old friend of the show. Gosh,
Hank!
Yeah.
we go back more than 25 years.
I'd say about that 2000, I think. Is
Yeah, and
1999.
I'm going to read this letter because it kind of I don't know why this reminds me of Henry.
This ought to be good.
There's just something about this.
Okay.
This is from Mitch. Dear Bob and Tom Show, I was in a coma for 10 days last March.
Okay.
Henry.
Sounds familiar.
No. What?
Due to, I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce this right, necrotizing pneumonia.
Oh, man.
that is
Wow,
terrible.
That's when you get pneumonia and then it necrotizes.
Brutal.
Some kind of
Necro is usually bad, right?
dead things, right?
Death.
Like I know necrophilia. I know.
Yeah,
That's not so bad, but the
I was on a ventilator for 10 days, writes Mitch. When I woke up, I thought I was in Mexico. By the way, he was in Springfield, Missouri. I immediately started hallucinating every night. One of the weird ones, there was a naked old guy with a sling on his arm sitting on a chair next to my bed. I hallucinated his girlfriend was in full black latex.
What?
I was trying to talk to them about why they were in my room.
fascinating.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Mitch. He says, go Cardinals. He's from Springfield,
All
Missouri.
right, go Cards. But boy, how odd.
Yeah.
Glad he's better.
Yeah. A random letter. And there's something about it, Henry, that reminded me of you.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's funny because that whole story is literally what my song is about.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It's not about that. That would be a real coincidence.
Haven't seen you in a while. Did you get married?
I did. Yeah. And very happily. Yeah. The only thing I want to say is that I don't think her parents like me very much.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, it's too bad. I mean, it's hard to tell. Well, just one example is, there was one time that we took a selfie and then she sent it to her dad. And he wrote back and she goes, "Oh," and I was like, "Well, what's that?" "Oh, yeah, he said something nice." I'm like, "He said something nice? Because I don't think he likes me very much. Let me see what it was." And he said, "That Henry sure is a lucky guy." And I'm like, "Babe, that's not a compliment at all. He's literally just saying I'm not worthy of his daughter." Yeah. Somehow I tricked the system and got lucky and scammed everybody into this. Like, that's not. How did you see that was a nice compliment to me? And then her mom, very similar situation. I was like, "So does your mom like me? I mean, what's going on there?" And she goes, yeah. She says you're fine. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Well, how did she say it?" And then she said, I asked her, "What'd you think?" And then she said, "He's fine. What do you want me to say?" And I was like, okay. So anyway, I'm getting well, I don't know. Yeah. They both. I mean, they're a wonderful family. Her dad and her brother literally built their house with their bare hands on a vacant lot. Like, they're those types of people, and they can't make anything out of me. They're like, "So what do you do again?" It's like, it's a digital content creator. I don't know. Can I work for you? I don't know. But actually, yeah, no, very happily, and it's been a good time.
Good.
And you are a digital content creator.
I guess I am now.
You want to explain the name of your thing?
Yeah, so about 14 years ago, I was in the throes of extreme depression and probably drinking way too much, and I was broke. And I started watching YouTube videos of people cooking. And I thought, well, maybe this will be my thing. I could do this, And so I've never cooked before in my life, but I started teaching people how to make things like chili and asparagus and stuff like that. And it sort of took off. And at this point, I have more than 100,000 followers on YouTube, and I've got millions of views on some of these videos. And here I am 14 years later. I'm still broke. I still drink a lot, and I'm still in the throes of an extreme depression. But
other than that, it's good.
Yeah, other than that, yeah, no, it's been.
Where do they find this again?
A lot of fun. So this is if you put in Henry's Kitchen on YouTube. And I also have a website, henrys.kitchen, and that's got my tour dates and all the social media and everything. But it's really fun. I got a retweet from Snoop Dogg recently. That was interesting. And
nice.
And Slash. And like every now and then there'll be some celebrity and they'll give me a shout out, and it's been a real adventure, and I'm having a blast with it. But yeah, digital content creator, I guess. It's very different.
And you've got a guitar in your hand right now.
Yeah. So why don't I do, since I am on a little mini tour here right now. Wait, do you guys hear that guitar okay?
Yeah, I hear it now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Goose the volume a little bit on your end.
Sound all right?
Yeah, sounds good.
I am on a little mini tour. Why don't I do this song here? This is a little song about that I used to sing for the ladies when I picked them up on dates. These are the things in my car, all of the wonderful things in my car. A broken guitar, a Cuban cigar, some pee in a jar, the things in my car. They may not be luxury, but they are everything I need. So come with me and you can see things in my car. So if I was lucky, I'd bring the girl back to my apartment and I'd sing this next verse here. These are the things in my apartment. All of the wonderful things in my apartment. A little compartment with a silk undergarment and pills for penile enlargement and a letter from the police department. The things in my apartment. There's some cat poo on the mat, and I don't even have a cat. So tell me what you think of that and the things in my apartment. By now, the girl would be long gone, but I do this next song, this next part of the song by myself. These are the things in my room. All of the wonderful things in my room. A dusty old broom, a Batman costume, a book by Judy Blume, a bag of mushrooms, a general sense of impending doom. The things in my room. They may not be luxury, but they are all of the world to me. So come and build a life with me and the things in my room. The things in my room.
Very nice.
Yeah. Oh, that song is definitely got me some action.
Oh, yeah.
That's a panty killer.
And you don't even have a cat. Henry Phillips is
And
our
you
guest.
wonder why your in-laws don't like it?
I know, yeah, it's
Have
hard
you
to
sang for them,
explain.
your in-laws?
No, I haven't. Maybe I should try to
maybe you
woo-
should write them a song.
Woo that, yeah, that'll seal the deal with them. Yeah.
Henry is on the road. Naperville, Illinois, coming up this Saturday night at Danny's Pub and Grill. That'll be exciting.
It's a great time. I did it last year. It's just a really cool place. It's a Chicago suburb, so it's close enough that you can still get some Chicago dogs and pizza and all that stuff. But it's a great little spot, and I did it last year and it was a blast. So
go see Henry.
It'll be fun.
Live and in person coming up on Saturday. Coming up in the news, Christy Lee, what have you got over there?
Well, if you have frequent nightmares, I have some really bad news for you.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Do you have frequent nightmares?
Well, I don't know. Frequent. Nightly, would that be frequent?
Yes. That
Okay.
would be, yeah.
Okay.
it depends on. You should hear the story first, because
you may want to.
Oh, this means that you.
Now you can't really do the story. It's a little bit.
We do have a guy who's stuck in a
never mind.
chimney. We have a parrot with a filthy mouth up for adoption if you'd like one.
Those are the best parrots.
Yeah, we've got to get it.
Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't that be great to have him in the studio?
Yes.
Will we
everything
get
on
fined
him?
for that if the parrot's cursed?
Yeah.
We can't help it.
Again, yeah, he's a
Parrot.
bird.
We had nothing to do with it. The parrot cussed him out.
It is so funny how many of these parrots, that's the first thing people teach them.
I know. It's kind of sad.
It's kind of like when you take Spanish in high school, the first thing you learn are all the curse words. Yeah, same deal with a parrot. We'll find out about that coming up. Right now, I want to remind you to say hi to the friends of ours at the Silac Insurance Company. Stock market, up, down, up, down. It's a rocky ride, and do you want to have your retirement hinging on that? Perhaps not. You want to counter that volatility in the stock market. That's where annuities come in. The experts on annuities, the Silac Insurance Company. Annuities are designed to protect your retirement. You'll have a reliable payment when you want those payments, and it'll help you not get all stressed out these days and in those days ahead. So with an annuity, one of the things that's very important to know, you can't outlive your money. So find out all about annuities by visiting our friends at silacins.com. Or there's a much easier way to find information. You just take your phone and you call pound 250 and say the words out loud, lifetime income. That's pound 250 and say lifetime income to get connected to the Silac Insurance Company. Or just visit bobandtom.com. We have a link right there. The Silac Insurance Company. Plan on it, live on it. Get all the information about annuities from the experts at the Silac Insurance Company. Coming up, we have a nasty parrot and a guy stuck in a chimney and comedian Henry Phillips. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
People were taking the chicken from Chick-fil-A and putting it on Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Good.
Wait.
Josh, what do you say?
Josh is leaving right now.
Josh is leaving.
Okay, let's go.
Come on. All right. You got the biscuits? Greatest day of my life.
I don't mean to be mean here.
You know what? You can ask me anything. Okay. I'm an open book. Just throw questions at me.
Do you eat kangaroo?
I personally don't. I'm vegan, so I'm one of those folks.
Sure.
How far into the interview did I manage to get that grandstanding in?
It's okay.
No, but kangaroo is a delicious lean meat. People love it down there.
Tom can't eat kangaroo.
No, it
right?
makes me jumpy. I pulled that joke out of my pouch. Okay.
Good Lord.
I'm so sorry.
Good Lord
so sorry.
indeed, Randy.
I was trying to.
See, this is the thing. You're trying to set me up for gags. I'm just dead bad. I'm now the straight man. I'm playing I'm not the wacky character on the side. I'm just going to set them up, lob you some big balls, and you can knock them out of the park.
Thank you. Our guest is Randy Feltface, Mr. Feltface. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I don't. I'm an only, and I'm like the last of my species.
You're the last of the Feltfaces?
Yeah, I'm a critically endangered species.
Are you on Feltfacebook?
I am on Feltfacebook. I started Feltfacebook.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just me and Grover. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Sometimes he's near and other times.
At Randy Feltface. At Randy Feltface.
At Randy Feltface on all of the socials.
Instagram. I just put him up on Instagram.
TikTok. Are you TikToking?
I'm not TikToking. I'm Instagramming.
Get on the TikTok.
Okay.
We'll make one right after this. We'll just dance around like a couple of boomers trying to get attention.
All right.
How old are you?
I'm 42.
Oh, okay. Great. Yeah. I'm 44.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
How are you finding your 40s?
I love them, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Like a good mix between being an adult and still identifying as younger than that.
Right. You can still get away with. I have no idea where you are, by the way. I'm just looking generally in the studio. Are you finding like you've changed? Have you grown? Have you matured?
I have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Like a fine cheese.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the aroma is there too.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's the state aroma of you. Is an aging cheese.
More sort of a Limburger.
Yes. Finally, I feel seen. Thank you, Randy.
I smell like a gym sock at this point. I've been on tour for so long. I'm literally just a felty. The sweat just seeps into my felt.
The puppet is dancing. I've never been happier.
It's Mr. Feltface to you.
There is Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
The I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Willie Griswold. Willie can't speak. He's laughing so hard. Yeah. There's Ace Cosby.
You gotta watch this tonight on YouTube.
I'm Chick McGee. Yes, you can see all this on YouTube. And here is Tom.
Now, where do you find it on YouTube, Ace?
YouTube.com.
Okay. Now, I thought we would introduce our guest once again. He is Randy Feltface. Are you self-conscious about not having ears?
I work great on radio.
Okay.
It's literally just me dancing.
Yep.
Tune in on YouTube. It'll make more sense.
Yeah, true. No, you probably have trouble hearing me since you don't have any ears.
I do. They're just very small.
Okay.
Really, really tiny.
Yeah,
Yes.
little ears.
Same goes for the nose, obviously.
Yeah, no, I don't have a nose.
Okay.
Randy, you don't have a nose. How do you smell?
Terrible. Down. Chicka down. Woo. Does that mean I'm officially part of the team now?
Yes, you are.
Yes, I did it.
Of course, our house band today, the Black Moods.
Smack Tom. It's time now to smack Tom. He's been running his mouth again. He's been pissing us off again. Smack Tom.
I'll handle the lyrics.
And we smack Tom.
What's the exact correct name of this?
The pickle dog.
The pickle dog.
Pickle dog.
Okay, now.
Well, we are all pickle dog virgins.
So, Bob, why don't you go first, and I'll do the play-by-play.
Now, Bob, your right hand, you're supposed to put your left hand behind your head before you. Oh, no! Pickle dog down!
Okay, Bob is now chewing the pickle dog. He's about to give his analysis and his review. Bob.
Delicious.
It is delicious. It gets a thumbs up from Bob.
It's very messy.
Are they going to be able to show this on the TV show?
No, John, eat it.
It's very messy.
Bob, your thoughts?
John, I shot my hot dog. Right out of the pickle.
Out of the canoe.
Well, some people get a little excited when they have the first pickle dog.
Well, you know, I did, and I've created a huge mess over here that actually looks somewhat like a porn shoot.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. There's Christy Lee.
Hi.
Pat Godwin, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby. I'm Chick McGee. And Tom, we have a special guest.
Joining us in the studio, he is comedian, singer, songwriter, cook, chef. Henry Phillips is here with us.
Good morning.
You can find information about him. You're all over the world of social media, which is interesting because I think socially, I think the word inept would be.
No, I always have. I always seem to get. Well, I get in these things where I try so hard to not stand out or to not get noticed that I actually stand out way more. You know, and. I was at one point back in the height of my traveling, I was going around so much that I started getting places mixed up. Did you have that happen, Pat? Where
Absolutely.
you just like, this hotel looks just like the one in 2 states over or whatever. So for a little while, I was doing the Improv in Vegas and then the one in Tahoe back to back, and the layout was similar. The Harrah's in Vegas, you'd go in there to the hotel desk, and right next to it there was a Starbucks, and the little secret was that there was a long staircase, and if the line was too long, you'd go to the top and there'd be another Starbucks right there, which is just crazy.
Wow.
And then in Tahoe, they had almost the exact same layout. They had the Starbucks, and then there's the long staircase, but there isn't a Starbucks. So that part's going to be important in a second.
Okay.
I was at the Improv in Tahoe at the Harveys, and I'm standing in line for the Starbucks, and it's one of those mornings where it's 50 people deep. There's moms with crying babies and strollers and stuff. There's guys with skis, it's a ski town, and everybody's just upset, and they're doing that kind of small talk that you get in when you're waiting in a line. They're like, what are they doing up there? They got to kill the beans or whatever. That doesn't even make sense. I don't think that's what he said, but something along those lines, heckling. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is terrible. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to go to the one upstairs. And this guy with the skis is like, wait, there's one upstairs? Yeah, I mean, they might have a line up there, but it's not going to be as long as this one. I can guarantee that. So I turn around, I start walking up this long flight of stairs, and I'm about halfway through, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a second, is this the one that has the Starbucks, or is this... And I turn around, and there's like 15 people following me. There's like moms with strollers, babies, and there's guys with skis, and I'm like, oh boy. And then I get to the top, and there's like a conference room. There's nothing. There's just a whole lot of nothing. And everybody gets to the top. And I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe there's not a Starbucks here. And the guy with the skis like, honey, get our place in line. This guy's out of his mind. He just followed a crazy person. And I'm just like, and then, you know, I have to see these people because I'm performing at the club, at the hotel. So I look out in the audience and I see these guys. Guy's still got his skis for some reason. It's just like, hey, that's that jerk who told us that we were. Oh, man.
Oh, that's classic. Henry Phillips is our guest, singer, songwriter, and now married guy.
Yeah.
That's great. Christy Lee is right over there, back from a very brief vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And let's get to a little bit of news out of you. What's going on?
There's a new study out there that finds frequent nightmares may triple the risk of an early death.
Come on!
Triple?
What?
Researchers analyzing long-term data revealed adults who report weekly nightmares are more than 3 times as likely to die before age 70
I easily have weekly nightmares.
than those who rarely have them. Well, Josh. The study also found both children and adults with recurring nightmares show signs of faster biological aging.
Man, I don't understand the correlation.
Scientists say, Josh, that nightmares elevate your cortisol, the body's stress hormone, disrupting your sleep and hindering overnight cell repair, factors that can accelerate aging at the cellular level.
I see.
That does make sense. Their lead researcher, Abidemi Otaku, noticed that the brain reacts to nightmares as if they were real events, making the stress response particularly intense. In fact, weekly nightmares were found to be a stronger predictor of premature death than smoking, poor diet, or inactivity.
That I don't believe.
That's hard to believe, Oh, my goodness. Well, that's one of those things, and there's a couple of these statistics that you'll hear where it's just like, okay, we're very sorry that you have nightmares all the time, but also you're going to die early. So then you're just having more nightmares now.
Yeah.
And I have daymares.
It's like when they used to always bring up the statistic that, you know, it's like men who have, you know, healthy sexual relations with a partner on a regular basis tend to live longer. So it's like not only are you not getting laid, but you're also dying young. It's like, thanks. This is great.
I was having nightmares so frequently that I talked to my doctor about it.
Really?
Yes, and he goes, oh, yeah, that can be a side effect of your anxiety disorder medication. I was like, I see. So it sucks the anxiety out of my daytime, but then just loads my dreams.
Well, you know, there's a thing called situational rational depression, and I got diagnosed with this. It was in my 20s. I was with a therapist, and I was just like, I'm going through this breakup, which is terrible, and I just I have no direction in my life, no career, and just all kinds of issues. And I was just, can you give me like some meds or something to get over the depression? And they go, well, no, you have what's called situational depression. What that means is that you're like you should be depressed because this is awful stuff that you have happening in your life. Nothing's weird about it. Your reaction is perfectly healthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your life sucks.
And you're rational enough to see that.
So we're not going to put you on any meds. And so I was like, really? So you just I suck.
What you need is a job and a better apartment, and a girlfriend that likes you.
Yes.
And
You got to clean up your life.
She essentially said it makes sense. You're real sad.
You actually have a reason. A lot of people come in here and they're just clinical or biological or whatever, but you actually have a reason to be depressed.
Rational.
Yeah.
This story, I don't buy this story either. I don't know.
Worse than smoking? That seems crazy.
Yeah,
but
that does.
Yeah. Do you ever smoke in your dreams?
No. Maybe it's because I never really smoked.
Really? And do you ever eat in dreams?
Boy, that would be... I have, but nothing comes to mind. You know, like...
Do you smoke in your dreams?
No. I was just asking. I
don't know.
My dreams primarily I'll be talking to people.
I had a major...
or other things.
I had a pee dream. It was last night that was... You ever have those where you have... In real life, I guess you really have to pee... So then your dreams are mostly like, I got to find an unoccupied bathroom. Or then I will, and then I'll pee some, but I'm like, oh, no, that didn't take care of it. There was like 3 hours of that, it felt like, last night.
Why didn't you just get up and pee?
didn't know I had to. I was that asleep, and then I woke up and was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like my back hurt. I had to pee so bad.
But when you were a kid, you had issues with sleeping and peeing.
Yeah, so thankfully, I was a bedwetter until I don't know 11, 12. And so, so
I thought you were going to say 38
last week.
Yeah,
it can still come back.
Yeah, if I drink, it can come back sometimes. But that's been a while. That has been a while.
That's one of those dreams that, like, Freud would have been able to analyze very easily. You know, it's like, oh, you're dreaming about having to pee because you have to pee. Not a lot of psychological.
No, but Freud
situational, rational.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but Freud would have wanted you to pee on your mother.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, and
which brings us to this song.
That's not going to happen again, I don't think.
Yeah, okay. If you're just joining us, hello. Hi, this is the Bob and Tom program coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. We're hanging out with comedian Henry Phillips. Henry Phillips is on his way to Naperville, Illinois, Saturday night, Danny's Pub and Grill. Right now at the Silac Insurance News Desk, it's Christy Lee.
A Connecticut man had to be rescued after he got stuck in a chimney while trying to get his dog out of a bathroom in a locked building. Firefighters responded to Rockwell Park in Bristol and got the man out by removing parts of the chimney and building, causing as much as $10,000 worth of damage. The man, who was not injured, was arrested, though, and charged with burglary, trespassing, and criminal mischief. It's not clear how the dog got stuck in the building's bathroom or how long the man was in the chimney.
How weird.
Police say the dog was not harmed. Why didn't he just call somebody and tell him that the dog was there? He was doing something else.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get all these charges if you were just trying to get your dog out of a building.
It wouldn't seem like it.
Right?
Who came up? We talked about this before. Who came up with criminal mischief? You know, that doesn't seem like a
Snidely
big...
whiplash.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it does sort of lighten it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just criminal. He's just mischievous.
Yes.
What was the name of the town again?
The name of the town,
Bristol, right?
Rockwell Park in Bristol.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Oh,
Rockwell, yeah.
I'm afraid to wash my hair.
That's right.
So the dog
shower.
The dog is in the building.
Correct.
This guy is going down the chimney allegedly to get the dog out.
Yeah, so was he going to come back up the chimney with his dog in his arms?
Well, he could unlock the door then from inside.
Don't you feel like Santa Claus is at the bottom of this story somewhere?
Yeah.
Here comes Santa Paws. Here comes Santa Paws.
Santa Paws.
The little doggy. There's something going on.
I agree. I think he was up to
And I'd be
mischief.
remiss if we didn't do the classic joke.
What's that?
Oh, you
Is he feeling okay today?
Well, you know what usually kills you when you get stuck in a chimney?
Oh, no, what, Tom?
The flu.
Flu, Henry.
That could be spelled two ways.
An animal shelter in Massachusetts is looking for a new home for its rude parrot. Forever Paws Animal Shelter in Fall River has reported the bird, named Hendrix, is up for adoption. The shelter said one day he will call you baby. The next day he's calling you an MFer.
Oh, boy, one of these guys. Why do they stay with these parrots?
I don't know.
When he says cracker, we're not sure if he's using it as an insult or if he's asking for an actual cracker.
What's up, cracker?
A shelter spokesman warned if you adopt Hendrix, you're basically adopting Samuel L. Jackson. Does he curse a lot?
Yes. Sure, he's kind of known for using the MF.
Okay.
Pulp Fiction.
Polly want a cracker, bitches. we often get these. We had one of these stories out of England about a parrot that they had to get rid of. Remember that? And they took it to a zoo, and it was a problem.
You know, the C word to a British parrot doesn't really quite mean the same thing.
That's right. Yeah.
More free.
A lot of parrots are very misunderstood in that regard. Like they're not being as crude as you would think.
German authorities say thieves robbed a farm of $34,400 worth of bull semen recently.
No kidding.
The perps broke into a cattle shed in Naxis Penkum
Good
and
news,
took the
guys. We
frozen
have
semen.
milk for weeks.
According to the news agency DPA, the three suspects were observed fleeing from the premises, carrying the semen stored in liquid nitrogen. Authorities are investigating the incident for theft, trespassing, and damage to property.
How do you get rid of that? That's such a specific.
All right, boys, the cops are here. Start drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you use fences? Yeah. And this,
I heard it the same way. Oh my goodness!
Want to buy some semen?
This is I mean, this is not an industry that I'm in, obviously. But so, what do you do with that now?
Yeah, a bunch of bull semen.
I guess it's hard to come by. No pun intended.
Well, it happened in Kummensnitch in Germany.
Kummensnitchen?
Yeah. They were asking for
Try
it.
try
the A.
Snitch and coming. Try that.
Snitch and coming.
Yeah, there you go. That's better.
I thought it was jizz and rat.
But obviously, they have to know what they're doing. If they
Obviously, they have to be in the business, if you will. They know where to get rid of it. They know who to sell
they were
it
up to some mischief. They were going to. Like the new way to egg somebody's house, it's
Yes. Or maybe they're into some kinky videos. In fact, I saw one where they were just covering this poor woman in bull semen.
Oh.
Yeah. It was your classic Mukaki. And what happened after that was...
So you're suggesting they're stealing it for personal use. Good to know.
There must be a market.
There has to be a market. $34,000, yeah.
That's incredibly lucrative, yeah.
Sure.
What the hell?
But so there's a crooked...
Well, if you want to have calves, that's how you...
Yeah.
Buy black market bull semen.
Yeah.
Save you some money.
Again, knowing nothing about it, wouldn't the possibility of DNA testing come into play then?
Possibly.
Down the road?
Oh, they could prove that those calves were...
Yeah.
Yeah? Seems like a lot of work for...
I used to donate sperm.
Oh, did you really?
Is this a good time to bring that up?
Yeah, sure.
I got fired though.
Oh.
Yeah. Apparently, that you weren't allowed to, relieve yourself of that, like within 48 hours of donating.
I see. You had to hold it for, so to speak.
So, but I'm in my early 20s, and I was just like, I was in college at the time, and so that I kept cheating, cheating on them, and they were like, no, you're fired. But it's really not a good feeling to get fired from donating sperm. But I could very well have kids out there.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you hear about that on a serious note? Did you just see the thing about that guy that has 100 kids?
Yeah, and wants like 600 more or something.
He's
the one?
No, the guy. He's a billionaire.
Yeah, and
he announced
seed.
that he's fathered more than 100 kids through sperm donation, and he's decided that I think he's worth $17 billion.
Yeah, but he seriously wants like 600 kids.
Is this like some sort of God complex type thing?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'll find the story. He apparently was told he has golden sperm or something.
Oh,
we'll look into that. But right now,
normally it's like a milky white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the Midas touch.
Mine, the market value is dropping precipitously.
Time to talk about Raycon earbuds.
That's right, Raycon's everyday earbuds. Oh, people, did you know that they redid these, Tom? The Raycon everyday earbuds?
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly right. Raycon's latest model, better than ever. 32-hour battery life, multi-point connectivity, pair 2 devices at once, and Raycon has a quick charge function, 10 minutes of charging, 90 minutes of battery. And Raycon's has active noise cancellation and available in a variety of vibrant colors. And Raycon has that 30-day happiness guarantee return policy. They want you to be happy. So go to buyraycon.com/Tom right now and get 15% off Raycon's best-selling, already reasonably priced everyday earbuds. Raycon, 15% off their best-selling everyday earbuds only at buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Coming back, we'll see if we can get a song out of our guest comedian, Henry Phillips. Once again, Henry on his way to Naperville, Illinois this Saturday night. Henry will be at Danny's Pub and Grill in Naperville. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SILACINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
Christy Lee is over there at the Silac News Desk.
Stupidest story we've
What's
ever
happening?
done.
Which one is this?
This is from Reddit. Somebody on Reddit going viral for asking whether she was overreacting after catching her boyfriend defecating into his own hand. Now wait, listen. The Reddit user, claiming to be a 26-year-old woman, said she opened the bathroom door on her 36-year-old boyfriend and found him squatting on the floor while holding a wad of toilet paper directly under his backside.
Okay.
She screamed, ran out.
Screamed.
Soon after, he explained to her that he was shy and embarrassed of his movements, so he avoided pooping, quote, directly into the bowl to make less sound.
What?
The woman said she is still freaked out, but asked if she was overreacting.
No. You're not overreacting. Get out.
There's something going on here.
If that's true, that guy needs...
A few chimed in saying her boyfriend may suffer from I don't even know how to say this. Carproesis, a phobia of being perceived pooping.
That's fine, but man, that's bad. I mean, that's crazy.
The only reason you'd ever want to do that is if you were having an argument with a monkey.
And you had to throw something back.
You needed some ammo.
And if that's the real reason, why wouldn't he put toilet paper in the bowl and then lay it on the bowl?
Or
lay it in
like
the
a lily pad. Flush as it's going to hit the water.
Or the classic turn the faucet on. That was what Jackie Kennedy was famous for at Hyannisport.
Anything but catching. Oh my God, you have a song about this?
Yes, I do.
No kidding?
I was forced to.
That's not Ventura Highway, is it?
I took a big crap in my hand so it won't land in the water. Close the door, squat on the floor so she won't hear the splash. I took a look at myself in the mirror, and what do I see? Me crapping in my hand and my girlfriend looking back at me. Hey!
Oh, man, that is so
odd.
And suddenly, I don't feel so bad. Wow.
Oh.
This is...
it's bad.
That's rough.
That is bad.
We're going to need a palate cleanser.
The best comedian, Tim Allen, is here.
He goes, oftentimes, you hear this a lot. Yeah, oftentimes the technology they learn here at the race is translated into your family car. And I went, yeah, right. This year, the Chevy's offered the Indy Celebrity, a 900 horsepower celebrity wagon. So I'm like, gosh, George, this thing's really got some pickup, doesn't it? I got the kids to school in about 6 seconds. We're having lapping practice next week with all the other girls' PTA. She's running the Offie. I'm doing the Buick. And Betty's got the Chevy High-Tech. I pulled the trailer right out from under the boat, George. This baby's got some guts to it. Love Sears. Do you? It's a Craftsman tool department makes my nipples rock hard. She always figured we should grunt like pigs. The little primates you are. Don't speak to your mother. You grunt like the pigs you are. Ever try to take a steak away from your husband? Here, honey. Ever try to grab meat from a man while we're just like dogs? I like going through the house rewiring stuff. That's my favorite thing. Isn't those big tool belts?
Yeah.
2 cordless Makita drills hanging low. But you gotta know how to wear it, otherwise your butt crack shows. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what is that? A pencil holder over there, Bob? I'm gonna hike that up. I got some spackle. I'll figure out that butt crack. I got some DAP butt crack filler putty back here. We'll just fill that crack right in there, Bob. I got kids eating food in this kitchen. Get out of here. Go to Miner Me a Dovetail out there or something, Bob. I just cruise around my house like Bob Vila, with a bad headache. Just looking for stuff. I noticed Grandma's Easy Lift chair isn't moving quite as quick as I'd like it to. So I popped down the hardware store, pick up a compressor, some hose, some coax cable. I wire that sucker up. I forget Grandma lost some weight in the years I look at it. Got the 140 pounds a little too high, isn't it, Grandma? Shot that bitch halfway across the kitchen there. Doilies following her. Sorry, Grandma. I'll dial that baby down as soon as I rewire Grandpa's hearing aid. I got a preamp on that son of a bitch.
Comedian Tim Allen. Oh, God. Now that's manly.
Presiding over a symbolic condom roast in his Catholic Church's parking lot in Waterbury, Connecticut. Yes,
I love those.
The Reverend Joseph Looney
Mesquite
protested
condom roast. Very tasty.
I'd like that blackened, please. It makes it look bigger.
And they look so good at a shish kebab, too. A little pepper, a little bell pepper, condom, tomato.
What's the name of this reverend?
Oh, Reverend Joseph Looney. I'm not kidding.
Unbelievable. I'm Casey Kasem, and here's American Top 40. Is it just my imagination, or is my head just a bit too big for my body? And here's my wife, Karima Kasem. Show him the Top 40s, honey.
And it's for the cancer support community. This year's event will be Howie Mandel. Get your tickets now. Saturday, July 12th at the Old National Center with Mr. Howie Mandel.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. There's Christy Lee and Pat Godwin, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby. I'm Chick. Hello, Tom.
Hello, Chick McGee.
We have a very special guest.
Chick McGee, a man who has been on the airwaves since the 1970s.
That's right.
And yet has never worn pants while doing those broadcasts.
Always my junk in my head.
Yeah, that's right, of course. No, for some reason, Henry Phillips mentioned being a sperm donor.
Yeah, we have a lot of news about sperm now.
And yeah, I found this. Did you find this billionaire guy?
Yeah, Pavel Durov is a Russian-born billionaire, and he apparently wants to have a lot of kids.
I am Pavel.
The 40-year-old billionaire, founder and CEO of the messaging app Telegram, revealed last year that while he isn't married, prefers to live alone, he has over 100 biological children in 12 countries.
I want to father the world.
And he says he's leaving all of his money to these kids, too. So,
oh, he is?
That's what he says.
Well, he's not dead yet.
Not dead yet, but...
Wait till one of them hears about it.
Right.
I am Papa Oligarch. You love me. It's such a weird thing that he wants to do this.
And he's not done. He still has sperm that's frozen.
But wasn't there a problem in England where some
it was in the Netherlands,
doctor did this, and two of the kids were about to get married? They didn't realize
in England.
Yeah, they didn't realize that they were technically half brother and
so
half
you're saying
sister.
hot things can't happen. I mean, weird things can't happen.
And isn't that do every state in the country you have to get a blood test before you get married, or is there
not
just
anymore?
Not anymore.
So is that maybe that'll come back because that might be a problem with sperm donor donations?
I mean, are the children informed that they were
bothered by this guy?
Would you?
Yeah, apparently he is not keeping it anonymous. I mean,
so they know. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you do away with yourself immediately, or wait a couple days if you found out you and I were related? You know,
like you'd be my half brother.
Half brother.
I mean, there's no way you'd be
something close. Yeah. No, there's no way I could be a full blown.
No.
God, no.
Well, there are rumors that you do have a half brother out there, Billy Corrigan. Many people are saying
is that right? Oh yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins guy.
He's Smashing Pumpkins guy. Mayonnaise. Oh
no, we did have.
We talked about the bull semen story. Katie has written us. She has a family farm and they raise cattle. She said that semen is usually stored in small straws. Not very much at all. Hopefully it gets one cow artificially bred.
Like pixie sticks.
Yeah. It's frozen in liquid nitrogen, thawed before use, and they use a special quote-unquote gun that helps in the breeding. Calves are absolutely...
This is an Adam Sandler movie waiting to happen here.
Calves are absolutely DNA tested for parentage, often especially if they're purebred or registered. So
Is this good for a movie? Put the cow in stirrups and inseminate them
Yes,
that way?
that is good.
So Katie says these thieves definitely would have to have a pretty specific market to sell that.
Okay, well.
Interesting.
So you're buying black market
Bull semen.
bull semen.
Don't you think if you were
Which was
conceived...
the name of my band when I was in
Very good.
if you were conceived in a test tube from frozen sperm, it would seem like you'd never get warm, right?
Yeah, always kind of chilly.
Always kind of
Now,
cold.
we got a couple different stories about doctors
Oh, yeah.
who are alleged to have...
that one guy.
Right down the street.
Yeah.
They've alleged that they were using their own semen
Yes.
to inseminate their patients. Yeah, this one guy in, what is this, in Holland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and there was a guy, I think, in Illinois that got caught doing this.
And in India.
And there was one, the one guy, interestingly enough, I remember this was on 60 Minutes. A group of women in this town were talking, and they were all saying it was very odd that when they would go in for their exam, he would not have a nurse in the room, and he would have all these sheets set up, and he would often say, "This is going to feel a lot like intercourse."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, and it was.
I assure you it's not, but it was. Yeah.
So, this is...
Why does it sound like intercourse?
Now I know what you're thinking. This is not intercourse.
About that.
Yeah. Nowhere near. I don't smoke. I don't smoke after my exams. But if you'll forgive me,
He would have to just.
Oh, Daddy likes that. Yeah.
Women aren't that stupid, right?
No, this was a legit.
I know, but if he's doing that,
No, Christy, I think it's
he
more.
had to have just gone in and.
They're not that stupid at all. But this guy was so manipulative and charming, and I'm sure there was some smoke and mirrors.
They said he had sheets set up.
Yeah, but I'm saying if it's when you get a pelvic exam, it doesn't go in and out. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
Well, maybe the good ones do. You don't know.
There's also a chance these were, I don't know enough details, but first time gynecological visits.
Or they'd all been seeing the same guy for a long time.
Yeah.
Then there's the one where the guy was claiming that he was using the seed of the husband's or boyfriend's.
Oh yeah.
And he was in fact using his own and still charging.
We switched your husband's sperm.
So there has to be some kind of ego thing.
She never wants a second load at home.
This Russian billionaire wants to have 500 kids out there.
It is a special kind of ego. Yeah.
I think a special kind of lunacy.
Yeah.
I think, that's crazy. But Pat,
he should have to live with them.
No,
that's what I say. I mean, that should be the rule.
Yeah. I've lived with a handful. I think
This was a terrible idea.
500 might be a little bit rough. Now, Pat, you've prepared a special song. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can go ahead and start the band up.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see them all in there. I saw them tuning their instruments.
Yeah, but they couldn't fit in here. We had to mic them up.
So Tom's in charge of this audio, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Here we go. Ready? Here it starts. One.
Told the sperm doctor I want to have a kid. Saw the sperm doctor remove a test tube lid. Sperm doctor turned around and this is what he did. Oh, he went. Wanna bang bang. You owe me $5 grand.
With the Rudy Valley ending.
So he charged him. Yeah. He charged him for his semen.
Of course he did.
He got a little shum and got money for it.
Oof.
Wow. Oh, well, that's our
semen hunk.
Hey, you wanted a kid, huh?
Hunk or load.
Or load.
Oh, you're monsters.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Russian guy, this story just came out last week.
Sure did. I remember reading about it.
Yes.
He says he's really worried about the declining population, and I'm like, where is he living?
Oh, God.
Come on.
When I was born, I think there were 4 billion people on the planet, and there's 8 billion now.
Yeah.
So what is he talking about?
That's my point. Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to justify this.
Yeah, no.
Egomaniacal.
And he says in countries where the populations are declining is where he wants to donate the most if you will.
He's thinking of others.
I am a giver.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I bring to mountain.
I wonder if
Naperville, Illinois needs some population.
I wonder if Elon Musk is going to get on board. This guy's also a billionaire.
Yeah.
He's got what does he have? He's got more than 10, right?
He does? Musk does?
Yeah, I think he does. He has quite a
I
few.
remember reading about one of them is named like PR1784X.
Yeah, it's something crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it's the same as my password for this computer.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's...
What are the odds? Now, can we get one more quick song out of Henry, or do you want to do it in a few minutes? You ready, Henry? Our guest is Henry Phillips. Henry is a wonderful comedian, an occasional actor, and you'll find all about his cooking stuff at
Henry's.kitchen.
Henry's.kitchen.
No apostrophe or anything, just Henry's.kitchen, and that'll show you everything. So this is a song that I wrote a few years ago, but I think the message is just as true now as it was back at the time. And, things just change so much that there's this situation now where you can't call anybody if you're having an issue with like your bank or your health insurance, whatever. It's always like a menu type thing. And I had this happen where I called my health insurance company because I had a problem, and they said something about, or they have one of those automated menus, and literally one of the things they said was, are you a healthcare professional? Press 1 for yes, 2 for no, 3 for I'm not sure. I was like, I'm not sure if I'm a healthcare professional. Like, how does that work? Like, honey, do you know if I'm a healthcare professional? I mean, I wear the stethoscope and stuff, but I don't know if I'd say I wear Hawaiian shirts, so it's not very professional. But it's just like, but anyway, so we've lost a lot of sense there, and this is a song that I wrote about a little bit of that, my financial situation. Sorry about that false start there. It's a little higher than I've done. I just got a letter in the mail saying that I failed to pay my credit card in time, and that's a $40 fine, which would have been okay, except for that it caused me to exceed my credit line, and that's another $40 fine. So then I got a letter in the mail. This one said the balance due was drawn from my checking account, which caused a bunch of checks to bounce, which would have been okay, except the fact that one of those checks was to the DMV for my registration fee. So the next day I was on my way to work, and I couldn't find my car. It wasn't where I parked it just the day before, and then I got another piece of mail. This one said the registration tags were out of date, so they had to tow my car away, which wasn't quite okay. I called them to explain, and when I finally got through, they just made me wait on hold. After 40 minutes, I hung up because I had to go to work. But then I realized if I don't have a car, then how the hell am I gonna get to work? So I got fired from my job. So here I am living in a box underneath a bridge in this quiet little town, and I take a look around. Things are not so bad. I don't get any bills, and the best part of it is that I can't get any mail.
Henry Phillips. I particularly enjoyed the part when we were on hold with you. Oh, that's great.
I had a situation where I had to call my cell phone company because they charged me twice as much as they normally do, and I was livid, and I saw on the website, it's really hard to find the phone number, but they have the phone number in small print, and right underneath it, it says, if you use profanity or vulgar language to any of our employees, we have the right to terminate your service. And I thought, if it's that much of a problem that people keep calling and using profanity and vulgar language to your employees.
Yeah.
That should be a sign that you're doing something wrong. Like, that's not a sign that you should have. Like, if you go to Mrs. Fields Cookies, it doesn't say, hey, if you call Shannon a bitch, we're not going to. It's not. It should. They need to look inward, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they must know that Shannon is a bitch. I see. That's Henry Phillips. We're coming back with more. These are the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, it's Josh Arnold. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. During these commercial breaks, I get to enjoy some quiet time here in the studio. That's right. That's because while everyone else is in the break room waiting in line for that dirty old coffee machine, I'm enjoying some Josh time. Yes, just me and my Java House Peel and Pour pod. That's right. The rest of them can spend the next 6 minutes fighting over who gets to drink from that outdated technology. Not me. I just grab my favorite Java House pod, peel back the lid like so, pour it into my hot water here, and the rest of the break is just Josh and his amazingly smooth coffee. Barista quality. That's it. No muss, no fuss, no brewer required. Smooth as can be.
Hey, Josh, sorry I'm late. I was standing behind all those guys at the coffee machine. They're blocking my way.
Yeah, go figure, huh? Isn't it time you broke up with your brewer? Get started at javahouse.com and use promo code Bob and Tom to get 25% off your order. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show. Oh boy. I didn't tell you guys. I put my brothers in a bit of a dilemma a couple weekends when I was fishing. Yes, we were all in line.
You're adopted?
When you are part of these, I'm not.
Okay.
When you're part of these fishing tournaments, you go when you're registered, you can go and buy shirts at this big event type thing at one of the loading docks. And so there are hundreds of people in line to get their swag bags and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And there are some people walking around with petitions. And one guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hi, I'm a third-party candidate. I'm running for president. Will you sign my petition just to be allowed on the ballot?" Mm-hmm. And you're not voting for me, of course. You're just... And I said, "Sure." And he goes, "You're registered to vote in Missouri?" And I went, "Oh, my gosh, you know what? I'm not. But my two brothers right here are. They'll happily do this." And they kind of looked at me like...
Oh, no.
And I knew what I was doing.
Now they're on a list. They're going to get
went,
letters from Gus Hall, the head of the Communist Party.
Jerk. So they went... so they looked at me like, "We're going to kill you." And so... the guy goes, "Hey, I just want another option out there." And I went, "You know what? I'm all for that. My brothers will happily do this." And my brothers go, yeah, we'll do it. And so they sign up and what's your name, email address, your home address. Oh. So they fill out all this stuff. And I'm talking to the guy. I go, "So are you getting a lot of signatures?" And he goes, yeah, things are going pretty good. And he's a middle-aged man, normal looking. He looks at me and he goes, "I'm a telepath." And I went, "Oh, is that right?" And he goes, "I speak to people through the television." And he's dead serious. And my brothers have already signed up for this guy.
Now he's got their email.
I go, "You speak to people through the television?" He goes, "Yeah, I watch TV and I can talk to other viewers." Uh-huh. He goes, "March Madness was huge for me. I got a lot of college kids. I got into their heads and I told them about what I do, and they're very excited." And he goes, "Thank you guys so much." And he walked off. My brothers wanted.
I love normal guys that look normal that are completely insane.
Well, that wasn't all he said, though. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. And he walked off. I looked at my brothers. I go, "That man has your home address."
Yeah,
they were furious
the
TV with me. And I did feel, at first I was like, "Oh, this is kind of a funny thing to do to them." And I do feel bad.
So now has this guy been sending them stuff? Like,
I don't know if they've been watching TV.
yeah, why does he need their address if he can just go into their homes on the television?
If that happens next time, please ask if you can do a selfie with the guy.
That's crazy.
I'd give anything for them to go home to them. Hey, how you doing? Remember me? I was out at the man. Hey, what's going on? You got some nice plates here. Nice.
I think you're supposed to put it in. It's a concept.
Unbelievable. Kid, that's the best fun we've had all day. Not even a putt. Congratulations. Tom, quickly, Tom. How does it feel? My God. What is that, 80 feet? My God.
Now, right now, I'm buying a Mutual of Omaha hat, just like he has. Right now.
Save that, baby.
Save that, you don't even have to hit it. You better hit that. That's unbelievable.
No, give me.
You don't have to put the ball right on the marker.
I do this a lot. I'm going to hit you with this flag if you screw this up, okay? All right. Right about there. And just straight down the 2x4. Keep it on the board. There should be.
Yes! Woo! Money! We got to get a picture of this, Tony.
I'm nervous. Now, same deal.
Your driveway at your business or at home. Seal Master of Indiana. We used them. You should too. They did a great job. That's Seal Master.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hi, Chickster.
Ace Cosby. Hey. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Lord, I'm down.
You got the blues so bad?
I got the blues so bad. I'm Chick, and hello, Tom, with a special guest.
Joining us in the studio, it's comedian, veteran stand-up comedian, singer-songwriter Henry Phillips.
Hey, guys.
Henry is also something of an amateur professional chef.
Yeah.
And again, the best way to find you is
Henry's.kitchen.
Henry's.kitchen.
I don't know how that works. I always thought you had to have a .com or whatever, but it just, Henry's.kitchen will take you to anything you need.
So it's not Henry's.kitchen.com, it's Henry's.kitchen.
No, it's just Henry's.kitchen.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
And I've been cooking now for about 9 years, but I've been teaching it for about 14 years.
What's your best dish?
Probably my chutney cheese weenie bites.
Oh, how about that?
That was a big popular thing. I did those, and I went to a party to cater a party. But here's the thing, and this is my little financial advice here. If anybody asks you to do a catering gig and they ask you what you charge, don't charge anything. And that way, if they all say, hey, this food sucked, you can be like, well, I mean, you get what you pay for.
I see.
That's sort of my strategy now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you grow up cooking at all? You just
no, I actually lack. I think it's probably like music or athletics. I think that there's a gene or something that some people have where they'll taste it and they'll be like, oh, it needs more salt or whatever. But I'm one of those by the book, I need the teaspoon and I need to do it exactly. I started accumulating all these bad experiences with cooking. One time I had a date and I said, hey, I'm making this Greek feta cheese spanakopita casserole type thing, and I thought that would be fun. And she was really hungry, and I said it's going to be in the oven for an hour, unfortunately. So, but we'll get good and hungry, and about 55 minutes go by, and I'm like, well, I thought I'd be smelling it or something, and then I go over there, and I was like, oh, man, I forgot to turn the oven on. I literally forgot to turn the oven on. It was one of those fancy ovens, and I thought it was on, but the red light was there, so I thought that meant it was on, but it wasn't. So we wound up getting McDonald's or something. Yeah.
I've got a letter kind of appropriate. Dear Bob and Tom Show. This comes to us from Ramon in Orlando, Florida. Ramon. He writes, my mother, half Mexican, half Italian.
Oh, I love jokes like this. So that she assassinate a mule.
Something about beans. No. This is not a joke. He goes,
oh, okay.
She had all of her recipes memorized and never used any measuring utensils.
Yeah.
She just used her hands to measure out the ingredients. Her homemade spaghetti sauce was amazing. I cannot find any good Tex-Mex food in Orlando, Florida. I'm a born and bred Texan. I am living in hell. Well, sorry, Ramon. I would think you'd find something.
Wow.
They got great food in Florida, but yeah, Tex-Mex is it's its own thing,
Yeah.
And you know what else is delicious is southwestern Mexican food, like you get in New Mexico or even in
with
Arizona.
green chili.
Yeah, and blue corn tortillas.
tortilla.
It's a very different thing.
Sometimes cactus. You like the
Oh,
cactus?
Yeah.
What, you can eat cactus?
You can.
What about the stickers?
Oh, it'll
the
prick
needle?
You only keep one in, so it's like a toothpick.
Is that right? Well, that's interesting. Did you know about this, Tom?
I'm not one that likes a prick in his mouth.
Me either.
Well, you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah, don't joke.
I guess.
Do they still have cactus cooler? Is that made out of cactus?
I don't know if there was real cactus in Cactus Cooler or not.
Boy, that goes back a ways.
Was that a...
It was like a wine cooler.
That was hard to...
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember the fleeting existence of California Cooler.
Yeah.
Was that Bartles and James?
No, that was...
they had their own.
California Cooler, at least here, it predated Bartles and James, and it was everywhere.
Gotcha. I remember them being delicious when I would steal a sip from my mom of the coolers, and they were great. But I was a Kool-Aid age. I was 6.
They were huge in the early '80s.
The cactus cooler that Henry's referring to, because he's from Southern California, is a soft drink. It's an orange pineapple flavored soft drink sold primarily in Southern California.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, see, we never know which things are like regional and which things are all over the country. But yeah, I think that was one of the one. Was that the one that's like got more caffeine than coffee or something? Or no, Mountain Dew, I think, is the one. One of them has like surprisingly way too much.
Well, there was Jolt Cola was kind of the first overtly.
That was where when you open it, you a shot of electricity.
Christy Lee is at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Henry said something during the break that kind of surprised me, that you're playing golf these days.
I'm a golfer.
That is surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's too bad because my dad was so into it. He loved it. He always tried to get me into it, but I was always into music, and I just couldn't have been less interested. But now, a couple years ago, started getting into it. So now I play golf. I play in a garage band with a couple of buddies, and we do, 70s classic rock cover songs, and I play poker. So if you picture my life, I'm like a Flomax commercial. I'm literally... And yeah, so I'm officially old now, and everything hurts. And the first time I ever went out to golf, I injured my back. And but it was kind of cool because that way, when I had my terrible swing and people laughed at me, I'd be like, well, I'm working through an injury. They don't have to know I just got the injury right there. But yeah, no, I love it. I suck. I'm completely terrible. But I love the hangout. I've been hanging out with people that I didn't always hang out with, friends from high school, and getting some sun and working on something.
All right.
I've already mastered everything else in my life. You know, it's like, what else is there? I can try this.
Maybe a golf song is in the outing.
I can already cook, like, you know, the Masters. Golf,
In the
yeah,
offing,
that'd be good. It's tricky, though, when you golf because you always, if you're a comedian, you always want to make jokes, but you just feel like people that have been golfing their whole life have probably heard every joke that there is. You know, I stepped on...
stepped on a rake.
Yeah, stepped on a rake.
It's a classic, though.
What is that one? Did you want to say it? Because I still don't know what you can say on the radio.
The best two balls I ever all day were
when I stepped on a rake.
Yeah, but I mean, it's really hard as a comedian to not make these jokes when people say, you know, they set them up so perfectly. Oh, my ball just went in the sand pit or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
How do you not say something, you know? But you just got to hold your tongue.
I have two updates here.
Yes.
First of all, we had the letter from Ramon, he said his mother was half Mexican, half Italian.
Yeah. Her refried spaghetti was delicious.
Yeah, no, but her walking spaghetti was delightful. But
we both had dicey.
Very difficult. Very difficult to maneuver with walking spaghetti. California cooler. I'd forgotten about these things. It was one of the pioneering wine coolers.
Sure.
A, quote, refreshing blend of white wine, fruit juice, carbonation, and sugar. It was launched in 76 by two high school friends. It took off. I remember it was huge in 1984. It was everywhere. Mid-'80s brought a lot of competition, including Bartles and James and Seagram's. In 1991, things changed. California Cooler had been acquired for $146 million back in 85. And the brand was dropped.
Why'd they buy it and then drop it?
Maybe it was a competitor?
Yeah, didn't want the competition. Probably.
They bought it in 85, dropped 10 years later.
Well, it's because
10
people
years
stopped.
later, because
It
they
wasn't
quit
dropped.
drinking it.
Nobody bought it.
Oh, yeah, no. Sorry.
Totally different story, Tom.
It was really bad.
Sorry. I'm editing on the fly here. Sorry.
That's okay.
They bought it for, those two guys sold it for $146 million.
Do you ever remember drinking those?
I don't like wine at all.
Oh.
They didn't taste like wine. They tasted like candy.
They were like soda.
Do you remember Bacardi Breezers?
Yeah, I never
I remember my buddy and I went and got some type of. We thought we were getting those alcoholic drinks, but we got like the mixer or something.
Right.
We watched, I remember we were like 18 or something like that. It should have been. I don't know. He had a fake ID, and we watched Andrew Dice Clay. We watched his comedy special on VHS, and then just drank these mixers all night, and we're just like, whoa, man, I'm so drunk right now. This is crazy. The next morning, it's like, wow, did we get laid last night? I don't even remember. It's like you were drinking sugar water.
This portion of the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by the Silac Insurance Company. The stock market, roller coaster time, up, down, up, down, up, down. When it comes to your retirement funds, perhaps you should consider something called an annuity. The experts on annuities, the Silac Insurance Company, they can counter the volatility of the market by providing you with income that's going to keep on coming. You'll have reliable annuity payments, and you'll have them when you want them, so you don't stress about your retirement money running out. With an annuity, that can't happen. You cannot outlive your money either. Get all the details about how these work by contacting the Silac Insurance Company. Some restrictions apply. To learn more, go to silacins.com. An easy way to actually get some information is just call pound 250. That's the pound sign 250, and say the keywords lifetime income. Once again, that's pound 250, and just say out loud lifetime income for more information. Or you can go to bobandtom.com. We'll hook you up with the Silac Insurance Company. Once again, silacins.com will take you directly there. Or pound 250 and say lifetime income. An annuity from the Silac Insurance Company. Plan on it. Live on it. Let's see if we can get one more song out of Henry Phillips when we come back. Henry is on his way to Naperville, Illinois this Saturday at Danny's Pub. And we're coming right back to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
breakup with your brewer, switch to Java House. Amazingly smooth barista quality cold brew in seconds with no equipment required. Just peel and pour over hot or cold water. Effortlessly easy. Coffee, teas, hydration and energy drinks, hot cocoa and more. Order online at javahouse.com. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show.
We were talking about racial stereotyping because you're a golfer.
Yes.
And I know that we were talking about golf off the air, but a lot of stereotypes in the world. Certainly, one of them about Asians in sports, and I think that's really now really being changed, particularly in the world of baseball, basketball. It's huge changes.
It's
Maybe
great.
15, 20 years ago, you didn't really see that as much.
It's great. I love seeing Asians in sports, and yeah, as you said, Major League Baseball, the real sports. You know, we're not talking ping pong or pie gal poker or vase juggling with your feet or really hard Sudoku problems or competitive hot dog eating or breaking ice blocks with your forehead or dancing back up for Gwen Stefani, the real sports. That's great because before, if I wanted to cheer for Asians in sports, the people I had was Michelle Kwan and half of Tiger Woods. That's
that was it. That was it.
That's it.
Wow.
And you know, Tiger. Let's talk about him. You know, I don't know which half of Tiger made him want to cheat, but I think we can all agree which half drove into the tree. So,
health experts are praising a brand new viral trend called the fart walk.
The fart walk.
The so-called fart walk became a phenomenon after it was introduced by TikTok user Marilyn Smith.
I'm a fart walker. I'm a fart walk.
Do you go for a walk after dinner?
Yeah, almost all the time.
Well, because you have to walk your dog.
Sometimes society needs reminders, and this is one of those. Hey, how about a nice walk after dinner?
Yeah. Now, don't you prefer the fart sit, Josh?
I will say,
you know, you eat a pizza and a hot dog, and you sit down.
You know,
when was the last time you had a pizza?
I really like the idea that the one pizza, the whole pizza wasn't enough. I just needed a hot dog to really cap it all.
That's a hell of a meal right there.
And yes, it's not easy to find a place where you can get pizza and a hot dog.
Because a pizza is such a full meal.
So I order a pizza, eat it, and then I have to make myself a hot dog.
Here's the thing, though.
Everywhere I go, it smells like a weed. At the grocery store, it's guaranteed. Even standing in line at the DMV, everywhere I go, it smells like weed. Oh, boom. Ooh, you know it does. On the way to work, it's that reefer I smell. I smell pot at my hotel. Ganja's in the air on every street. At the gym in my church, it smells like weed. I went to Tacoma. There was a marijuana aroma. Sanibel and Captiva. Sanibel and Captiva. Smells like cannabis sativa. Smells like cannabis sativa. On the plane ride home, it reeks of a weed. The TSA, they all agreed. My suitcase smells like stems and seeds. Everywhere I go, it smells like weed. My hair and my clothes smell like weed. Maybe I shouldn't smoke so much weed.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios at the Silac Insurance Desk. It's Christy Lee.
Howdy.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hello.
Ace Cosby.
Hey.
I'm Chick McGee. Hello, Tom. We have a special guest.
We do indeed.
We do.
Old friend. He is comedian Henry Phillips.
It is excellent to be here, guys.
It's always a great pleasure to see you. You're looking as handsome as ever. I always
nice of you.
and the guy that you look like is dead.
I don't think anyone
That's
living...
the title for a biography right there. That's great.
Anybody living or dead agrees with what you're saying.
I always thought he looked like Jack Jones.
No, he's Steve Lawrence.
Or excuse me,
Lawrence.
sorry, Steve Lawrence.
I see a
Sort of a-
I see a little bit of Steve Lawrence.
Yes,
Sorry.
And you are the only person that gets Steve Lawrence and Jack Jones mixed up.
No, I'm in a rush here. I'm sorry.
I look like Steve Lawrence does now. No,
Steve Lawrence is the guy in the Blues Brothers in the sauna with him.
He's a lounge singer.
Sure, Stephen Eady.
Yeah, he was great. But I mean,
this brings up a great point because as you get older, there's expressions that you see come and go. And there was an expression I used to hear a lot in the early 2000s where people would say, Henry, you look good. And I haven't heard that in many, many years. So
yeah,
I'm very happy to hear
it's
that.
dated, really.
It's just, people don't say that anymore, I guess. It's one of those things. But one expression that I can't stand, and I don't know why we put up with it so much, is when people say no offense. Mm-hmm. Because literally 100% of the time they're about to insult you right after they say there's never a time when it's not. And so I was, hanging out with my lady, and I got my hair dyed, and this particular dye that I used, I didn't think it looked any good. It looked unnatural, and I remember telling her, I don't know, I feel like it looks like I'm wearing a wig or something. And she goes, well, no offense, but why would anybody ever buy a wig that looks like that? And I was like, oh, yeah, no, none taken. Why would I be offended to think that nobody wants the hair that I have on my head? But, and then the other one, we went to a family reunion, and I remember on the drive back, I was like, I don't know if my brother's kids like me very much. And she goes, no offense, but why would they? There's just never a time when no offense ends well. So, but Steve Lawrence, I'll take it.
Sometimes you get the no offense at the end, and you didn't even realize it was coming.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, I saw this guy at the restaurant. Man, I bet he had 3 different entrees. The guy was eating so much, and then they'll look at me and go, no offense. And then, what? You just assume I
didn't know I was part of this.
Yeah. How did I get dragged into this?
Yeah.
Don't take this the wrong way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of food, Pat, we were talking about we had a letter. A guy had an aunt or somebody who was or no, you have the aunt who's half Italian, half
I actually
Mexican.
have an aunt who's half Italian, half Mexican.
Oh, okay.
And she makes a hell of a lasagna.
Okay, first of all.
No, he asked me to.
No offense, but the setup on that.
I admire the enthusiasm. That was good. Yes. You scared me a little bit.
Well, let's go back to the news desk. It's not just any news desk, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Silac Insurance News Desk starring Christy Lee. What's happening?
A 15-year-old boy says he feels pretty lucky after being struck by lightning in New York City's Central Park.
Whoa.
Yassine Khalifa told WABC TV.
They call him Wiz?
They would have to.
I hope they do, yeah.
Was picnicking in the park with friends when the storm suddenly rolled in. He recalled, I leaned up against a tree.
Always a bright idea during lightning.
And I told them, oh, guys, let's ride out the storm, which in hindsight might not have been the best idea. Mr. Khalifa said he was knocked unconscious for several minutes and was hospitalized for burns on his neck and leg. He is expected to make a full recovery. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control, lightning kills around 30 people a year in the United States.
Oh, that's more than I would have thought.
Strikes, though, are usually not fatal, Josh. About 90% of people injured by lightning survive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Remember this one?
I love this song. Is this Lou Christie?
The late.
He just died.
He died last week.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
I thought he was dead. Frankie Valli, no?
Guess what he died of?
What?
Lightning strike.
Oh, my goodness.
No, explain that.
Irony.
At least I appreciate you leaving me out of that one.
Yeah, no offense, but you shouldn't have said anything.
So you don't like Frankie Valli?
I know, it doesn't make sense that he likes
but you like Lou Christie. Explain that one to me.
He can't.
I certainly can. You listen to that song, Ronnie.
Well, no one likes Ronnie.
Ron, yeah, no, I hated the Four Seasons. And
Walk Like a Man?
Walk like a man, sing like a...
Blue Christie's doing the same thing. The Bee Gees do the same thing.
Absolutely.
I got to say, the theme for Grease, I thought was... Is that the Four Seasons? That's just Frankie.
That's just Frankie.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, Grease is the
8
word.
years old.
But he's not singing real high in that one.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, it's the high thing.
Yeah. They had
Falsetto.
Yeah, but Lou Christie just died last week.
I love lightning striking again.
Was it murder or something?
No, he was 82 years old.
He was in his 80s, right?
Non-payment of a gambling.
Yeah. Taken from us far
That's
too
right.
young.
Oh, yeah. such a shock.
The shock is that he just died?
I mean, it could happen to anybody.
Yeah, boy, it makes you think, doesn't it?
His real name, Luigi Alfredo Giovanni Sacco.
Whoa.
Lou Sacco.
That was a huge hit, but
Was that his only hit?
there are a couple of other ones that didn't apparently
All
go
right.
as well.
What?
Okay. Let's hear them.
It'll take me some time to dig them up. But
I'll just go to Spotify and see what the top 5 are. For,
Top 5 Lou Christie songs?
Lou Christie.
I didn't recognize any of the other ones.
Oh, you didn't?
I looked at that.
High winds. That was another one. There's a lot of meteorological stuff.
Well, there's Rhapsody in the Rain.
Oh, that was it. No, that was a hit.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was
They
amazing.
were trying to follow it up.
Two Faces Have I.
Yes. Two Faces Have I. That was wonderful.
Hurricane Took My Baby Away was another.
Oh, yeah.
That was huge.
And dropped her off at the next farm. Remember
Bomb
that one?
cyclone.
Let's Twist Her Again.
Yes.
Oh, that was a classic. So the kid who got hit by lightning in Central Park,
He's fine.
Highway to Hale.
During his metal years, yeah. That's right.
Lou Christie, the metal year.
yeah, I don't know what his other hits were. Sorry.
Well, I just told you.
But I mean, are those legit?
Yeah. Two Faces Have I and Rhapsody in Rain really were on there.
Yeah. Highway to Hale was
No.
real.
I see. Well, if you're Jeff and you're joining us, hello. If you're anybody else,
half the people out there.
I'm happy to have you here, Jeff. If you're just joining us, this is the Bob and Tom Show. We're coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee is at the Silac Insurance News Desk. Before we get, can we get one more song out of Henry? Do we have time, Henry? You have something you want to play? Henry is on tour once again, and you can find him at is it henry.kitchen? Henry's.kitchen. Henry's.kitchen, no apostrophe.
Yeah, my new life, well, not new life, but in the last, 10 years or so.
Does your new wife cook?
Internet cooking chef. Yeah. She's one of those people that's good at it. I think most people are good at it, but I'm just like, if we're making something, she'll just add a little more salt after we already put the teaspoon that the recipe said. And I'm like, what are you, out of your mind? It says 1 teaspoon. Now we've got to figure out we have to add all the other ingredients to the proportion that you just put of a teaspoon in there.
Right.
But it's a gene that some people have that I just don't have for whatever reason. But I always like to say that cooking is not easy. It's not fun. It's not some nice way to bond with your family or whatever. It's very difficult, hard work. But if we don't do it, we die. We literally die.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Somebody's got to do it.
And this song has nothing to do with that.
Oh, I see how I've done.
I'm getting old, and it's hard, my dad, because everything hurts, I've been golfing, and my dad always used to say this thing about how apparently John F. Kennedy was in constant pain throughout his entire life, but he never once complained about it. But every time I heard that, I was like, well, if he never complained about it, how would we know that he was in constant pain?
Good point.
Did he just say it? Like, okay, everybody, I want you to know I'm in constant pain, but I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying it really hurts is what I'm saying. But I don't know how that works. But so this song, many years ago, I wrote this song. I was in my 8th year of community college out there in Pasadena, California, studying who knows what, general education or whatever. And I wrote this song for the girl that I fell in love with there. She was, it's funny, she didn't speak a word of English, and I didn't speak whatever language she spoke or whatever. But it was just a tremendous relationship. And I remember writing her this love song on her 57th birthday. And let's just dedicate this to her. Rosa, if you're out there, well, no, you're dead, I'm sure. This was 40 years ago. But anyway, here we go. You are the blossom, I am the vine. You are the blossom, I am the vine. Sweet little blossom of mine, hanging on the vine, extracting all the nutrients from the inside. Sweet little blossom of mine. You are the oyster, I am the pearl. You are the oyster, I am the pearl. Sweet little oyster of mine, irritating you on the inside, covering me with your shiny mucus-like substance until I shine. Sweet little oyster of mine. You are the earth, I am the moon. You are the earth, I am the moon. Sweet little earth of mine, regulating your tides, using my gravitational pull to stabilize your axis tilt and eventually create a relatively stable climate condition. I think that's how it goes. It's been a while. Sweet little earth of mine. All right. Now it really picks up. I want everybody to sing along with me. Okay. I am the host organism. You are the unicellular dinoflagellate algae. I am the host organism. You are the unicellular dinoflagellate algae. People are singing in their cars. Sweet little unicellular dinoflagellate algae of mine. Letting me use your chloroplast that I can photosynthesize, providing me with carbon in exchange from the nutrients you obtain from my catabolic pathways. Sweet little unicellular dinoflagellate algae of mine. All right, I'm just going to jump to the end here. There's usually 48 more verses of this. You can see them at Danny's Pub and Grill in Naperville, Illinois this Saturday. Henry's.kitchen for tickets. Okay, here we go. You are the Elvis. I am the Colonel Tom Parker. You are the Elvis, I'm the Colonel Parker. Sweet little Elvis of mine, right there by your side. Pulling your bloated 250-pound cocaine and barbiturate saturated body out of the bathtub to keep you from drowning in a puddle of your own vomit so I can sell more records. Sweet little Elvis of mine.
It was like a science lesson there for a second.
Yeah, it was.
Flatulent something.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Henry Phillips. Right now to check in with the best way to check in with Henry is with those earbuds in your ears from Raycon.
That's right. Raycon's everyday earbuds, premium audio that goes where you go. Maybe you're at the gym, taking phone calls, relaxing to your favorite music, or maybe the Bob and Tom Show. Raycon's latest model is better than ever before. 32-hour battery life, multi-point connectivity. You can pair two devices at once. Quick charge function with Raycon, 10 minutes of charging, 90 minutes of battery, and active noise cancellation. And they start about half the price of other premium audio brands. And Raycon has a 30-day happiness guarantee return policy and come in all the colors: royal blue, forest green, blush violet, cool mint, deep red, and go to buyraycon.com/Tom to get 15% off Raycon's best-selling everyday earbuds. Right now, Raycon offering 15% off their best-selling everyday earbuds only at buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Thank you very much. We're coming right back with Henry Phillips. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show. And I asked Frank if he could sing, and the answer is not really.
Probably you're correct.
But I thought if we provided you with some great song lyrics, the song Piano Man, you could perhaps go through this with your various famous people doing it. And I have a random list here.
So I hope this isn't unfair, but let's just try this right now with the lyrics to Piano Man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's comedian Frank Caliendo. I'm sorry, it's John C. Reilly.
Oh, I think I could probably sing this one. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man. It's better than you thought it was going to be, isn't it? Sitting next to me.
How about nice, John? How about Morgan Freeman?
To his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes.
How about Tracy Morgan?
La da 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 da.
That would have been better as me. Da, 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 da.
Okay, Paul Giamatti.
Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody. And you've got us feeling all right.
Adam Sandler.
Here we go. Now, John at the bar is a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free. And he's quick with that joke. Would I light up a smoke? But he's someplace that he'd rather be.
Okay, Jeff Goldblum.
He says, Bill, I believe this is what? It's killing me. There's a smile right away from his face. Well, I'm sure that I could be, a movie star if I could get out of this place. Yeah.
But John Madden. Oh, speaking of sports, Mel Kiper Jr.
Now, Paul, talking about a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife. It's been too much time doing a thing, and he's talking with Davey, who's still in the Navy. You know, the fact of the matter is, it's probably going to be for life. And the waitress, tremendous job talking politics, and the businessmen, they're slowly getting stoned. Tremendous job, probably going to keep them lower in the draft. Yes, and sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than what? Drinking alone.
Seth Rogen.
Sing us a song, you're the piano man, I guess. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. I got something that makes me feel all right, too.
How about Al Pacino for an ending here?
It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday. And the manager gives me a smile because he knows that it's me they've been coming to see to forget about life for a while. And the piano, it sounds like a carnival. I thought he was going to cut me off, so I got big. And the microphone smells like beer. De Niro time. And they sit at my bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? Stephen A. Smith. Oh, la, da, 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 dee, da, da, da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody. And you've got us feeling all right.
Very nice. Frank Caliendo does Billy Joel.
The Piano Man.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
That was great, Frank. Oh, I feel so...
Oh, you're welcome, guys.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom and Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
That's right.
Hey, Steven, how did you make your living, Steven?
You know, I made my living in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For the last 20 years, I've been a cop.
Uh-huh.
I understand Christy Lee is having some second thoughts about moving.
No, she already moved.
A lot of people don't know, but for 5 of the last 20 years, I've also been a real estate broker.
Really?
We had no idea.
I love open houses, man. Sunday, I show up, meet the owners and say, you get out the car! You get on the ground! Yeah, it's crazy what happened.
Steven Seagal!
Yeah.
You Steven Seagal!
Yeah, I get that a lot, man.
And then you Steven Seagal!
Yeah. Hey, back up, man.
That's it.
I made my living in the movies.
I'm an ass whooping Steven Seagal.
For the last 2 seconds, I've been a bitch slapper. Steven Seagal. No, man.
Wow, you have sound effects and everything, huh, Steven?
On the Q95.com, the word is green. More money for summer on the way. Let's hope that you are a winner.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. There's Christy Lee, Pat Godwin, Josh Arnold.
Hello.
Ace Cosby. I'm Chick McGee. Hello. Tom, how are you?
Hello, Chick. It's good to see you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And joining us in the studio, it is comedian Henry Phillips. Long time since we've seen Henry. One of our old favorites. Not that old. Handsome man.
Well, I think it was a quarter of a century ago that I did the show for the first time.
I think so.
So yeah, I think that's a chunk of change there.
And look what happened. Josh stopped by and he never left.
Yeah. They somehow haven't changed the locks.
We're not going to tell him. Are you going to tell him? I'm not going to tell him.
Go ahead. Tell me to leave.
No.
I will not go quietly.
I don't think you will not go quietly.
What was the thing that happened? We did a gig together a few years back where there was some kind of a electrical malfunction on the stage. Do you remember that? And then when we were on stage, there was like a sizzling sound. It was just like, it was terrifying. It was at that kind of like warehouse that we did a show at. I don't remember the details, but it's like, we used to work together a lot. We did Mason City. And
that was, Mason City was the show where I was on stage and a spider came down on a string, just a web right in front of my face. And I just had to address that.
Was he heckling you?
Yeah. Well, it's the worst when there's nothing worse than when something happens that the whole audience isn't in on. It's just you hearing it. So you can't really comment on it.
Oh, that's great. We have Christy Lee right over there. I can see her. She is at the Silac Insurance News Desk, of course. What have you got over there?
Thousands of Australians stripped naked for a nude swim to mark the end of the so-called Dark Mofo Festival. That's exactly what it's called.
No, that's a huge thing.
An estimated 3,000 participants took part in the nude solstice swim.
What?
This is part of the finale of Tasmania's Dark Mofo Festival, an annual celebration of art, culture, and the longest night of the year.
We have the president of Tasmania here with us. Mr. President. What do you attribute to your growing economy?
The event unfolded just before dawn Sunday morning at Long Beach in Sandy Bay, with air temperatures hovering just under 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Remember, in Australia, it's winter in the summer.
Weirdos.
Many swimmers dashed in and out of the frigid waters within seconds. Some lingered in the buff to witness the winter sunrise. Festival organizers called the swim,
as the sharks call it, breakfast. Isn't that
all you can eat buffet
and unwrapped?
Yeah.
Isn't that the most dangerous time? Is when it's
chilly?
Yeah, and it's night.
I don't.
That's when the sharks. I mean,
yeah, they like the cold
Just
water.
before dawn, yeah. Festival organizers call the swim a symbolic cleansing ritual, closing out 2 weeks of provocative exhibitions, performances, and pagan-tinged revelry.
Oh, boy.
Started in 2013, Dark Mofo has grown into one of the most talked about festivals in the Southern Hemisphere.
Ace, they would call you Dark Mofo every now and again. Hey, Dark Mofo!
I was going to say, when Chick came back from his vacation.
Yeah, I was kind of, from Aruba.
You were very, very tan.
Yeah.
Did we get that picture? Did you ever find that? Oh, there it is, yeah. There's thousands of naked people.
Boy, they're really
man, they're really...
And the one guy who's dressed, 2 guys who are dressed are holding flares, I guess.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to be holding a flare like that and be naked.
Yeah, but you don't want to be staying that close. Look how close
The worst is those sparklers, those 4th of July sparklers.
Have you ever had handle a sparkler while nude?
Oh, it's the worst.
No, it's worse than frying bacon.
You ever prance around holding a sparkler nude? You ever do that?
No. As I've always said,
the 4th is coming
Tom's
up.
never naked. You know that.
But also, I don't care how masculine you are. You could give George Clooney a sparkler, and all of a sudden you look.
Yeah. There's no way to look cool. With
Yeah. Maybe you could be lighting dynamite and throwing it into a building. You're not going to look cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Christy. What else is happening?
A British company has created an ultimate wall hanging for car fans, a $92,000 Ferrari. Oxfordshire-based Headley Studios has crafted a 75% scale representation of the legendary 1957 Ferrari 250 Testarossa J. The company reports each piece was made using traditional hand forming and polishing techniques, taking over 300 hours of skilled craftsmanship.
Hey, Godwin, how's your polishing technique?
It's pretty darn good. I practice a lot.
Oh, boy.
He's naughty. He's a naughty guy.
So this is a fake car.
Only 19 of the 10-foot-long sculptures will be made available worldwide.
What do you mean it's a fake car? How much was it?
$92,000.
Well, of course it's a fake car.
It's a
It's not
sculpture.
even all there.
Yeah.
But the part of the car, it's just not the whole car, right?
No, it's just the
not necessarily
body.
fake per se.
But this isn't a drivable Ferrari.
Well, no, it doesn't have wheels. And
You want to come over to the apartment, see my Ferrari hanging on the wall? Huh?
It's just the body of the car, if you will.
But it's what they would put on a real car, right?
No, because it's 75% scale.
Oh,
so-
gotcha. Got it. Oh.
This is for the ultra rich guy that thinks paintings are gay. so he's got to have.
Are there ultra rich guys who think?
Yeah, I don't want to have paintings up. I some rich bro painting too gay. I'm going to put up a chunk of a fake Ferrari.
I want you to be careful now, because one of these could end up in your neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's in your house.
No.
$92,000 for that.
Yep.
Amazing. You can just get a poster of a Ferrari.
Again, it's framed.
What are they thinking?
Too gay for the bros.
There ought to be a law.
Wow.
Imagine ditching the giant plug and instead charging your electric car with roof-mounted solar panels.
This is a great idea.
Get a horse.
A video filmed in Guangdong, China, shows an SUV parked in the sun with massive panels attached to a roof rack. The man steps inside to reveal the battery charging at 3.0 kilowatts, already at 68% capacity, thanks only to the sun.
Now, that's all well and good. Then you see a photograph of it, and he's got like 9 solar panels.
I didn't realize when you said roof, I didn't realize you meant the roof of the car. I thought you meant like it was a garage.
Honestly, that's what I thought
It
too
needs
when I
work.
read it.
Yeah, I thought.
But it's like the planes, when you look at the early footage of them with the plane, it wasn't quite. They didn't quite have the cosmetics yet.
But as an eventuality, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Except if there's a lot of cloudy days in a row, car no go.
I don't know why we don't do the Flintstones method, where you just push the thing.
Yeah. Well, this guy, if you keep reading, originally he had a one of those windmill gadgets on top of his car.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing kept dropping in front of his windshield. He couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Those things, I wonder how many people have driven off the road when they pass those wind farms.
Oh yeah, we have them all.
Those things hypnotize me.
Yeah, they really.
They
you
look
just
like
stare.
dancers.
There'll
They
be like
hypnotize
1,000 of them, and there'll be one that's just not spinning, and
Yeah.
you just stare at it and like, why aren't you spinning, buddy?
Yeah, the wind's blowing everywhere else.
Everywhere
Why
else,
isn't it not
it
blowing there?
Makes no sense.
And then at night, would they sync up the?
Oh yeah,
they sync up the towers.
That is hypnotizing.
Well, yeah, there's all these red lights. Well, over here in Illinois somewhere, I've done this drive where I see like a ton of red lights. I'm like, what in the hell's happening here?
Yeah.
They're aliens.
Yeah.
That are a lot of radio stations all in the same place. Well, thanks very much. Henry Phillips on the road. Henry, once again, Naperville, Illinois, this Saturday. And you'll be at
Henry's Kitchen. You can get tickets.
What is it again?
There's only a couple tickets left, I think. Henry's Kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Just go to the
but
tour section.
But the place is called?
It's called Danny's Pub and Grill. I did it last year. It's a great place. They've got karaoke afterward, which I might partake in.
Oh, fun.
Now, what's your go-to karaoke song?
Probably Babe by Styx.
Nice.
That one's just got a lot of sentimental value.
Yeah.
I usually have to tell them to take the key down one, but yeah, that one, oh boy, takes me back.
Josh, what's your go-to karaoke again?
I like Brandy. You're a fine girl.
Oh yeah,
and the Pat.
Looking Glass.
I touch myself to vinyls.
That brings down.
My way, if I'm being honest.
Really?
Yeah,
My
I like
Way?
a little Sinatra My Way.
No.
Hold that last note. Bring a lady back to your place and sing it again.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
We did it my way.
Yeah.
My way or the highway.
From behind. All right.
Is that Frank's thing?
I think it might be.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. Check out Henry Phillips at Henry's.kitchen, no apostrophe. I'm sure you'll find some great stuff. It's always a pleasure, Henry. You're so funny.
Oh,
thank you
for having me.
We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.